the Ethiopians and the Kenyans and the Ugandans. So for Uganda, you say we are Billy from Uganda. Hey. Okay. So he wants you to do it in French, not in English. Is it okay for you?
We can learn.
Okay. Are you ready? So if I ask who are we, qui sommes-nous? You reply with nous sommes des Billy de l'Afrique. Nous sommes des Billy de l'Afrique. We are Billys from Africa.
We are going to do it in French. And then if I say, if he say,
Who
qui
are we?
sommes-nous? Qui
Yeah,
sommes-nous?
qui sommes-nous?
We just répond, nous sommes des Billy de l'Afrique.
Yeah. Ready? If I ask qui sommes-nous? Nous sommes des Billy de. Nous sommes des Billy de l'Afrique. Yeah.
Okay.
Est-ce que tu peux écrire ça quelque part?
Okay, we are. Okay, we will begin,
Guys,
qui sommes.
guys, it's not that hard. So I'm inviting everyone to participate. So I've come as well, so I can represent the Anglophone. Nous sommes des Billy de l'Afrique. Exactly. Are you ready? Can you stand up so we can do this with West Africa? Can you stand up so we can do this as Africa? Okay,
Okay.
over to you guys.
1, 2, go. Qui sommes-nous?
Des Billy
Qui sommes-nous?
de l'Afrique.
Et qui sommes-nous? Ok. Ah, ça vient. It's coming. Ok. Ça vient. Ça vient. Qui sommes-nous?
Nous sommes les Billy de l'Afrique.
Qui sommes-nous? Et qui sommes-nous?
Nous sommes les Billy de l'Afrique.
Okay. This is the first part. We will go in slowly. The exercise is that if we are together and maybe Tanti Acheng said, qui sommes-nous? We should be able to respond. Like nous sommes des Billy de l'Afrique. And à la quatrième fois, c'est-à-dire, for the fourth twice,
No,
we
4
will
times.
4 times.
Two times.
For 3 times, we will respond, nous sommes les Billy de l'Afrique. But for the next type, we will, like if we have 3 countries in a room, we will add the number of each country. Maybe Kenya, if I say qui sommes-nous? Nous sommes les Billy de l'Afrique. Qui sommes-nous? Nous sommes les Billy de l'Afrique. Qui sommes-nous? Nous sommes les Billy de l'Afrique. But for the last time, 4 types, nous sommes les Billy du, and we will call Kenya number.
Do you understand what he means? When we say qui sommes-nous, you reply with 3 times. And then the next one, you will add your country code. If this is Kenya, you add 2, 5, 4. If it is Rwanda, South Sudan, and Uganda. Great. So, are you ready, guys? Are you ready? Okay. Lead it.
Qui sommes-nous? Qui sommes-nous? Qui sommes-nous? Et qui sommes-nous? Okay.
So this is how now we are going to do. So where are the Kenyans?
Where are the Uganda?
Where are the Uganda? We don't see them. Where are the South Sudan? And the Rwandan? So we are going to start with the Kenya. Ethiopia. Oh, sorry. Okay, there is no Rwanda people. Okay, so let's start with Kenya first. Then Uganda. 254. 254. Yeah. Hey guys. Okay, and which will remain? South Sudan 211.
Okay. And then we will begin. Before to begin, I will say the name of the country, and at the end we can remember his number and say it. For the Kenya, we can just say 245, 254. For Uganda, we can say 256. Ethiopia 251. Senegal 2. South Sudan 211. Okay, but we are in French. Qui sommes-nous? Nous sommes les Billy de 254. We can say it. Okay? Okay.
Okay, so let's
Can we move? Yeah. Are you ready? Yeah. Please bob your foot. Okay. Qui sommes-nous? Qui sommes-nous?
Nous sommes les Billy de l'Afrique.
Qui sommes-nous?
Nous sommes les Billy de l'Afrique.
Kenya. Qui sommes-nous? Nous sommes les Billy de 254.
Nous sommes les Billy? No.
We continue. Kenya. Qui sommes-nous? Nous sommes les Billy de 254. Uganda. Qui sommes-nous? Nous sommes les Billy de 256. Qui sommes-nous? Nous sommes les Billy de 251. South Sudan. Qui sommes-nous? Nous sommes les Billy de 211.
Right, you have it now.
Are you understand the okay, this we are doing. If we are in Africa, West Africa, we do it like that, and we call each country number to be like representative. Yes. Rashid.
Merci.
We give you the floor.
When you're my baby, that's how it is when you nobody make me stop the world.
The teacher is giving me the vibes that I want for this afternoon. Guys, merci beaucoup. Qui sommes-nous? Qui sommes-nous? Qui sommes-nous? Qui sommes-nous? Guys, a round of applause for our brothers, man. Nous sommes the Billy de l'Afrique. That means we are Billy Now Africa. The conversations we've been having is moving from Billy Now East Africa, Billy Now West Africa, to just the Billy Now movement. Sawa? You guys are good? You ready for this afternoon? Once again, thank you guys so much. That was such an amazing activity. completely random, but it was definitely the energy that we needed to get back here, higher. So, I am happy, but I'm also sad, because I'd actually gone to ask for it. So I could pretend that I was a smart person here, who took the time to learn something, but alas, I'm not a cheater. I'm just a smart person. But sharing is caring. So thank you so much, guys. That was such an amazing one. We want to move to the next bit of this program, which is the graduation for our masterclass. It's the graduation for our masterclass. Can I get a whoop whoop? Can I get a whoop whoop? Can I get a what now? Can I get a yeah? Can I get a ooh ooh? Can I get a BNN? Say BNN. So now let's do ours for Kenya. For Kenya, yeah? Even as we want to be represented. And then Uganda, you can think of one. You can imagine one on the spot. So for Kenya, I think Aduma tried to teach you yesterday. It's very easy, so I'll just teach you again. Nikisema Billy, mnasema now. Which means when I say Billy, you say. So nikisema Billy, mnasema. Nikisema Billy, mnasema. Nikisema Billy, mnasema. Uganda, do you guys have one? Do you want to just go on the whim? You're working on it. They are neighbors. See, I told you the difference between private school, public school, and polling stations. So I want to remind everyone that the conversation is still happening online. So there's no Wi-Fi. Sorry? Have you tried? They said they fixed it. Still not there? Okay. See me behind the tent. I give you another password. But once the Wi-Fi comes back, I think we'll again just send word to the hotel so we can get the Wi-Fi here and invite you all to continue engaging in the conversation. Remember the hashtags Billy Now, Agenda 2063, I am brave, this is brave, and hashtag 1.8 billion. And those are the different accounts that you can tag. So keep sharing with people out there, keep having the conversation, keep sharing your photos, your videos. They're looking so amazing, so that we can really launch this with the entirety of the world and not just the young people represented here. For those who are watching us online, I invite you to continue sharing with us in this space. It's been amazing engaging with the different young people from East and West Africa. So for the last time, I just want to get some shout outs from each country. Are you ready? Are you ready to represent your country? Yes. That table of noisemakers, I'll ask you to help Ethiopia, because she's alone. No, because earlier you were the noisemakers. Yeah, earlier. So now your noisemaking will actually help. But your noise was good, because when you came to present, you came with a buffet of choices. So it was understood. So congratulations. So now I'm saying you guys will help us represent Ethiopia. Cool? So it's a competition. It's a competition for which country can be loudest. Are you ready? Are you ready? So if I call your country, I want you to shout Billy Now. Are you ready? If I call your country, you shout? Higher. I don't start with the noisemakers. And I don't start with the Kenyans. And I'm not being biased exactly by not starting with them. See, I'm not being biased. I don't start with the Ugandans, because they just have to be the last. We still have beef with them. But anywho, guys, are you ready? So, Billy Now, Ethiopia, can I hear your name? Billy Now South Sudan, can I hear some noise? Billy Now Uganda, please make some noise. Billy Now Benin, where you at? Billy Now Senegal, where are you at? Billy Now Burkina Faso, where are you at? Billy Now Kenya, can I hear some noise?
Black Market Records.
This DJ understands the assignment. Billy Now PP Global. I've not forgotten Auntie. Yeah? If I forget Bana, I'll be out of a job very fast. And then there was corruption there. Yeah, there was some rigging. They cooperated. They decided teamwork makes the dream work. Ni sawa tu. It's fine. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Oh. Anywho, so thank you guys. Well, as I mentioned, we want to move to the next bit, which is the graduation. And I know some of you may be asking, who are we graduating? What is it we are graduating? Why is this graduation happening? You know, what's all this vavavoom of a graduation? So allow me to just share around this. A couple of weeks ago, as BNN East Africa, BNN Kenya, when we were doing the soft launch of Billy Now in Kenya, Kenya Whoop Whoop, we saw that there is a need to also involve more young people meaningfully. And by meaningfully, I also speak around one of the C's that we came up with here, capacity building. Seeing how it is that we can get different experts in the field to really build the capacity of young people. And so we had a call out for what is known as a movement building masterclass. What is this all about? Billy Now is a movement, and movements have a cycle, a life cycle. And so we saw it important to invite brave under 24 young people to engage in this class, to engage in this masterclass with different experts in the field, so that we can continue having more innovative ideas as we grow the BNN movement, and also for the sustainability angle. So the class has been going on for the last 7 weeks and separated into different things. Some of the topics that we spoke about was around foundation of movements and how to found movements and where you begin with that. Then grassroots organizing. So as one of the groups was here speaking, and several groups actually, talking about how it's important to also go back to the community. I had something around community mobilization. I had something around even getting surveys for accountability. So we had a session on grassroots mobilization. Then a session on digitizing of movements. And again, linking it back to conversations that were happening here, where we were saying that we need to use all the different spaces that exist in order to reach out to young people, including online spaces. So we spoke around digitizing of movements, and then also founding, mobilization, digitizing, and then democratization of movements. As I mentioned, there's a cycle around these movements. So how do you continue to bring more people on board? It's around the C that we also had here, connections. It's the whole aspect that you've been talking about, having meaningful partnerships with other organizations, with other movements that are working for and with young people, with leaders and policymakers, so making sure that those connections are happening. And finally, just to also try and culminate this entire class, we created something known as the #IamBrave campaign challenge, where we invited the different young people to really come up with a campaign idea, to not only have this in theory, but to do it practically. And today, other than graduating, our brave 24 under 24 will actually be awarding the winning group from the hashtag I Am Brave campaign challenge a whooping $1,500. Can I get some noise? Can I get some better noise? Because why do we do this? We say that we want resources in the hands of young people. We say that young people are aware of the issues that they're facing, and if they have those resources, then they can be able to begin getting the mitigation strategies. And so through this, through the partnership that is Development Dynamics, that is PP Global, that is Billy Now East Africa, we're actually doing that practically. We're giving those resources to young people. So can I get some noise for BNN? It's not just theory, it's making it happen. I need some better noise, guys. This is what we say when we talk about the shared values of Billy Now, is that we see $1 billion+ opportunities to put $1 billion+ in the hands of young people. $1 billion+. Ama namna gani? Sawa sawa? Sawa sawa? Exactly. So we'll start by handing some certificates. Luckily, or favorably, or fortunately, we do have some of the brave Billies who are in the masterclass amongst us here today, and so we'll also be celebrating them. Yeah? So just to really talk about the journey that they've been through, to talk about the experience from the class, and also just celebrate that they've actually achieved this milestone. So to do that, and to award the certificates, and also recognize the wife of the class, I'd like to invite back to the stage, back to the podium, the man with the hair of the Rasta, with the hat of a pastor.
Crispy the drama brown.
Thank you. Thank you, actually, Rashid. I think you've captured the essence of the class very well. And three words that come to mind when I reflect about the class. 3 words. The 3 words are from intention to action. Those are the 4 words that come to mind when I think about the class and the entire journey of the Movement Building Masterclass. We have been in this path of designing and helping shape the lessons from the journey of Billy Now's growth for almost a year. And when we think about it more, we realize that it's not a movement that is led by the likes of the people that the person that you're seeing on here. So we've been very intentional to ensure that more young people are leading this, and hence why 24 under 24. As a matter of fact, we tried to ensure that the recruitment leaned more towards the ones who are even younger, so that for every 10 people, 4 would be between the age of 19 to 20, 18 to 20, 3 would be between the age of 21 and 22, and only 3 would be between the age of 23 and 24. Why? So that the movement and the people who are carrying it forward and working with you, who is here in the room, are able to actually be in the movement much longer. How many are above 24 here? Just by a show of hand. How many are between 23 and 24 this year? 23 and 24 this year. Right? So you can see
the people who are between 23 and 24, we hope that you can stick around a little bit longer in the movement until around your 25, and not necessarily exit the movement, but be alumni of the movement and continue to grow the movement in other ways, right? Join the rest of us who are above that. But how many are between 18 and 22? 18 and 22. I love to see this. I love to see this. It's the majority. And that is the entire essence of this movement. To have as many of you who are in that bracket, and even younger than 18, hopefully, you know, you keep recruiting your younger sisters, your younger brothers, your younger others, to ensure that they get to where you are getting to in that regard. And this is beautiful. To have walked the journey of building the capacity in 5 different ways. One, as Rashida said, democratizing the movement, localizing the movement, digitizing the movement, measuring the movements. Oh, and then it started all with founding the movements. Those were the 5 masterclass components. The first one was founding movement, where we looked at the types, stages, goals, moments, and structures of a movement like Bili Now Now. Then the second one was on democratizing movements, where we looked at storytelling, the power of narrative shaping, relationship building, a lot of the conversations that we've been having here as well. The third one was about localizing movement, which we looked about community mobilization and grassroots organizing. The fourth class, MBC 0104, as it was called, was about digitizing movements, strategies and tools, best practices and considerations to really grow digital movements. And the final one for last week was measuring movements, which was about setting and tracking movements, campaigns, and advocacy targets and results. And the people who are graduating here have gone through the path. I think we started off with just slightly above 24, usual attrition rate. Today, a number of them will be receiving certificates for the under 24, under 24. And there's a whole community of a few of them who are joining online right now. We can all turn and say hi. They are there. They are joining online to receive their certificates. Before we do so, and to help award the certificates, I'd like to call Achieng Akumu Esquire. And where's the other mic?
Merci. Kiss from nous. To the beat now. Kiss from nous. To the beat now. Kiss from nous. Merci. Okay, let's calm down here. Thank you. But you know what? You see that. Where's Rashid? Rashid always does a fly entrance for you, and then you just say a chain director. Boring. No. You say hairstyle. Me too. I'm coming with it so that I can impress and be with you, young people. Okay? Yeah. I'm a Billy too. Okay? Yeah. But listen, I'm so proud of you. I really have enjoyed learning from you. This is always a learning session for me in terms of how we can improve what we're trying to do in terms of building this movement. I've been here listening. That's my job. That's our job as PP Global, to sit and listen and then help you, equip you, as Dee has done with the masterclass, with the skills so that you can now go forward and build this movement, grow it, expand it. So congratulations, and I think we can start the honors. Okay, thank you. So I just want to say, continue to educate yourselves. When you need the training, you have your country focal points that you can ask. We need additional training here. You've heard a lot about Agenda 2063, Maputo Protocol. Maybe some of you are not acquainted with it well enough. Continue to educate yourselves, okay? But it's really important. I really like the presentations this morning about research, evidence,
etc. That's really important. I think also you need to learn to hold yourselves accountable. Okay, that accountability, yourselves, your policymakers, and those that, the duty bearers, okay, I don't like to use legal terms too much, but the duty bearers accountable. I think that's really very important, that you're comfortable in that space. Very comfortable, you know, you go with the swag that you young people have, but you're engaging them constructively and in terms of accountability. And then continue to engage others who are not in the room. This is not about you talking to each other. It's about bringing on board those that are not part of the movement, those that have not gotten the memo yet. Okay, as we say, you know, it's important that they also get the memo. So we are delighted to continue to make this investment in you, okay? But we also need to see that there's a path going forward, a constructive path. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. But before you leave, we can project. So what we'll do, we'll first read the names of the ones who are online and who are receiving their certificates, and then we will finish with 4 or 5 individuals who are present, whom Ching will have the honor to present the certificate to. So, DJ, when a name comes, as I call it, do your thing, and then who's projecting them? Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? Liz, your people, are you ready? Who's projecting? The guy at the corner, do you want to go see, help them do it? Guy at the corner. So in terms of the country representation, there was 11 different countries from Africa who are present in this class. Uganda had quite a number of people. A few of whom will receive their certificates today. Kenya did as well. We had Rwanda, South Africa, Ghana, India, which was very interesting because they've walked through till the very end. And then South Sudan, Ethiopia, Malawi, and Zimbabwe. Yes, so we're really glad that the movement is getting its wings and it's flying from the Sahara to the Savannah to the uttermost part. So are we ready to project? Let's go, let's go, let's go. The first one is, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Christine Motoni from Kenya. She's online, you will get it as well. Thank you very much. The second one is Doris Asunguma. Doris from? Zimbabwe? Zimbabwe. Thank you. Then there was Eden Bekele from Ethiopia. Very well, very well. Congratulations. Then, moving on next to, we had Feben Negash Kailu. This font is hard. This one is also from Ethiopia, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up for them. The next one is Florence Omurema. Very nice. I am butchering your names. I am sorry. The next one is Groom Carlos Arthur from Uganda. If you can, it's not here, though someone else will receive certificates on their behalf. We have the physical copy for them. Next is Joel Alo from Kenya. Next to that is Juma Richie. Congratulations, Juma Richie from Mombasa. Kiden Aloro. Kiden Moro. Oh my God. Kiden. Good job. Good job. Then next to that is Lucy Odongo. Very well done. Congratulations to you, Lucy. Next is Prince Muhire. Let's give it up for Rwanda. And Prince last week was at the RHAK conference. You probably saw his face everywhere because he was doing quite a fantastic job there. So we're glad. Rogers Otieno from Kenya, we congratulate you. Let's give it up for Rogers. Next to Rogers, we give it to Semugabi Hamza. Semugabi Hamza from here in Uganda. Very well done. Shazia Kasim, congratulations. From South Africa, you've done very well. Congratulations for representing the South of Africa. Then Swarali Pandare from India is the one who is growing the movement on that side of South Asia. Very well. We have Victoria Quino, Ghanaian, in the house representing Anglophone West Africa. Very, very well. Next to that, there is Vincent Indiso from Kenya, Kisumu. Particularly, we congratulate you for finishing your class. Now, from this point, I will ask Acheng to proceed.
Okay, round of applause again. Thank you. Okay. Lynn Akulu Tasha.
Yes, some music as Lynn comes to receive a certificate in person. Ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations, Lynn. Can we take a moment beyond just as they take a picture? I'd like us to do something. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to give a standing ovation to Lynn, because on top of everyone who's been working on this, she has played a really, really, really crucial role to ensuring that this program runs. So she's been participating in class, but she's been part of the backbone from Rahul team that has been doing an amazing job. So let's give her a standing ovation. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, Lynn. Next, on screen as well.
Okay, swag on up to the stage. Sembuluya Victor.
Victor.
Swag on.
Yeah. Give it up. He's taking on behalf of Victor. Oh, this is Victor. Yeah. Vic. Easy Vic. He's popularly known as Easy Vic.
All right, DJ is getting us ready. Thank you. Next, Dolly Salah.
From South Sudan, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from 211. Let's give it up for Dolly. Dolly's first name is wonderful because it is Dolly Sarah. Yeah, you can, it's a tongue twister. Very, very well. Thank you very much. And then
There's a small technical glitch. Okay, so just bear with us.
Here.
Listen, I want to really talk about our South Sudan Billies. because let's understand that they've come into a situation. These are billies that are what we're going to cultivate in humanitarian spaces. It's really important that we recognize that a majority of this continent is in conflict. And we've got billies that are in refugee camps, IDPs, in Burkina Faso, the largest IDP camp now, and what is happening to those young people. So I'm really proud and very impressed with our billies from South Sudan. They've shown up. You're back in your communities, right? You're reaching back. I've seen the number of followers, etc. So congratulations to Doris, but also the South Sudanese. Thank you so much. Okay. Miriam Buit Jimani. Yeah, Miriam from Ethiopia! Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Oh. Give it up one more time for Miriam Buit. Miriam has been one of the most consistent persons in class, and also one of the most participatory individuals in class. During class, she actually at times takes notes and just sends them to the group. And at times, in every group that she's in, she's been participating, as was evidenced here. So not just here, but also in class. So we're really, really happy. And I loved what you said earlier, that when you go, you've part of your commitment, part of your brave commitment is to go back to Ethiopia, to your school, and let people know about Agenda 2063, about Billy Now, and also get ideas from them about how it can continue. So thank you for being who you are. See, I like that.
So I would like to thank Rashid and Maxi, because I'm very honored to attend this movement building masterclass. From the Caribou ceremony, I remember from the first class, they were so exciting, and the questions they asked: what's your favorite movie? What's your favorite music? What's your favorite food? So they made it very exciting and engaging. So yes, I would like to thank you all. It was a tremendous and exciting journey. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much for Planned Parenthood Global also for making this happen. It actually, they're responsible for everything. For me coming here, they're actually responsible. Absolutely. So thank you so much, Planned Parenthood Global.
Let's give it up for PPG, everyone. Okay. Wonderful. Is there anyone else? So because she's had an opportunity to speak a little bit about her experience, can we also hear from Salah and Victor, just for you to both just speak a bit about how your own experience was, and
thank you. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
From the beginning of the master class was really interesting. You know, it was my first time. I was like, what am I really going to do in this? What is it all up to? Like, no, let me try it. I remember in the categories I was under experimental, so I was like, let me take this risk. So on the first day, I had network problem and I was not able to get what was going on. I even reached out to Rashid. I was like, you people, I'm left out. I don't know what's going on. And then on the second day, on the second section, that was the second week, I was able to connect with them. As our aunt said earlier on, you know, South Sudan is a country of a lot of issues, and the issue of network is one of the challenges we are facing there as youth. Let me leave that aside. In my experience in the class, it was really enjoyable, and I think I was in a group that I cannot mention now. I interacted with many people, and it's good. I met the faces I've been hearing, their voices online, or like, how does this person look like? Especially Rashid. Like, how does this person look like? He talks a lot when he comes online. So then there was this question asked that what is my favorite food? You know, we are South Sudanese. We love kisra and kudura so much. Kisra and kudura. Kisra is this pepper bread similar to anjera, Then kudura, how do you call kudura in English? Amaranthus. So there's that way we make it locally with the kisra. So it is my favorite food. Then when they ask about the favorite movie, by then they were going to launch the Little Mimi Med. I was following it online, like no, I have to watch this. And then there's a question that was imposed online that we should watch Coach Carter. I tried watching, I have not finished it. It is so interesting. And on the Twitter spacing connection we had online, we had a lot of conversation. Then there was a question posed by our co-hoster. So it's like by the agenda 2063, we shall be judges. And for us in South Sudan, Jada is Abuba or Yaba. So that is a grandfather or a grandmother. So when I said that, she laughed like, hey, this is a new word. There was this question like, how do I describe my question?
Not every question, thank you. Just the highlights. What was very meaningful, okay? Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. No,
Was that the most meaningful? What
the most meaningful part, there was this session of the advocacy. You know, we really need to advocate as youth. There are a lot of things happening. We have left out the mental health issue. Youth are going through a lot. You may not know what I'm going through, I may not know what you're going through, but at least if someone speaks out or come up to you, you'll be able to speak for yourself. People are dying of depression, people are committing suicide, but you don't know what's happening. It's really good. We have to advocate on the youth mental health.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Very good, okay. The highlights.
Hello everyone. Good evening. With all good? Oh yeah, my name is Victor Senabugia, but most people know me as EasyVQG. I'm a peer educator with Richard Hand Uganda, and I work with UDT as well. My most interesting part of the entire academy of the developmental dynamics was the fact that I made connections, meaningful connections, and well, I learned a lot. There is quite a lot of stuff that I didn't know from different countries, but I got these connections, these contacts. I tried to get in touch with all these people from Benin, Lee, with Kenji, with Donis, with quite a number of people. So it was so meaningful to me that we are going to still work together. We've already created connections. Lee has given me an opportunity already at Prepare Space that's going to be happening on Wednesday next week. You know, so it's so wow. I'm so grateful that Richard Hand chose me, and you know, it's really wow. Big thanks, big up to PPG, big up to Richard Hand, big up to Sauti Plus, big up to BNN as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I think it's time for us to give a round. Oh, we're not there yet. Okay. No, I'm following you. I want to applaud you guys. The development dynamic.
This one.
Okay, this one. Okay, the big one.
This one is the big one.
Keep it coming, DJ.
I need Justin, could I request you to come? And Wilkista, could I request you to come and join? So, ladies and gentlemen, as Rashid mentioned, there was a challenge that was issued as part of the movement building, and also with the idea and intention, very deliberate intention, of passing the baton and passing also the resources to the hands of young people who can do something. So we asked everyone in class to see all the lessons that they have been learning and see how they can design a campaign that can run for the next 1 month in July and in August or thereabout, around all the lessons that they have learned on movement building. So there were 3 groups, and one group had an idea about water, Aqua Africa, that's what they called it, Aqua Africa,
to provide clean water in an effort to, in a roundabout way, ensure that menstrual hygiene is getting to the hands of, girls. The other one, the second idea was on mental health and having an online campaign around that. Then there was a third idea which was on disability inclusion. And for all those ideas, they were really nice. We had tasked them to look at the intersectionality of the young people's issues, to also look at what is most likely left behind, but also to design a particular proper campaign that can be implemented and tracked using the lessons on the movement building that they have gotten. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now here to award, and I'm requesting Josephine and Wilkista to help turn, and then Acheng will deliver this one. So, drums roll, drums roll. The winning group was Group 3, which was the group that presented around disability, and these are the people in the group. Congratulations to the leader, to Kidan, to Swarali, and we will request Mariam Witt to come and receive the check on behalf of the team. Actually, can you deliver the check to deliver the check for a photo? Mariam, come this side. Okay, go that side, sorry. Yeah. It's all yours. It's all yours. Congratulations. This now goes into the annals of history as resources that are again in the hands of young people. In the next week, when you are back, we'll design how this can actually now get to you, and how they are, the reason they won, and she'll speak a little about the idea very briefly. The reason they won is that they actually had a plan, a digital plan that was costed, and this 1,500, every single cent in it counts. So very well done. You can let us know. Someone can pick it on her behalf, and then you can let us know what your idea was on.
Let me bring a PowerPoint so I can.
You don't need to.
Oh.
Just a minute.
All right.
Yeah.
So first day we actually planned a meeting via Zoom, and we were talking about, so what should we do? Okay, yes, we should work on young people, and then the other people were saying, okay, yes, we should work on people with disabilities. So, and the other one is in Africa, young people with disabilities are not getting access to care, resources, and reproductive health care in general. So the campaign we came up with is empowering young people with disabilities to access reproductive health care and resources. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, and we look forward to an active campaign in the next season, starting sometime in early July up until it gets done. They had a 2-month plan and a work plan for that, so we are very excited that that has happened. Acheng, you want to mention something?
Yeah, Rashid. Where's Rashid?
Rashid.
Dr. Gital.
Rashid Mutaha.
Wilkista. Yeah. Who else is here from DD? That was part of this masterclass. Liz.
And
here. Okay. No, this is just DD. We're thanking.
Oh.
Okay. Thank you so much. I think they deserve a huge round of applause. We started this journey on BNN in the Sahara Desert in Burkina Faso in 2018. You've been walking, you've entered this journey, this roadmap when? Last year? April this year? April last year. It's been a year. They've taken us to the next level. We need to appreciate them and really thank them for all the energy they've brought in, as well as the technical assistance, the technical expertise. So give it up for Development Dynamics. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. People, we can do better than that. thank you so much. Just really wanted to appreciate and applaud you so much. And so we're looking forward to continuing. This is just but the start, right? This is the start of these kinds of investments that we're willing to make. But we need innovative ideas, not what's been done before, right? And you drive them. So thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So that part is over. For those of you who are online, we would like to request you to stay. We are about to make some brave commitments, but I'd like us to just have a little bit of a hype session as we transition into the brave commitments part, and we'll request Daisy to drive that part as well as just take the program to the end. But on behalf of everyone who has been here, and again, we want to congratulate the class and the winners for the fantastic work they've done. Rashid, give us a hype session, then you can give it to now is a global movement. We can just first of all come together, you know, as a global community of young people, 1 billion plus young people, to really call
Okay, so beyond that, we have been engaging you and asking you to engage with the different hashtags and the conversation online. But there's some badges that we also want to launch here today, just so that you can show you, or we can invite you to also show that you're a part of the BNN journey. You're a part of the BNN movement, that as Acheng has, Auntie has rightly put it, it was from the Sahara to the Savannah, and now to the rest of the, from the Sahara to the Savannah to the rest of the, and you guys are here making it happen. So I want to invite some really beautiful, cool person to help us in launching the digital badge for BNN. So Liz, come to the stage and do this!
See baby, now we're doing one. We are doing one.
Hey, that's the energy we need.
Hi guys, how you feeling? Okay, so we just quickly want to introduce the digital badge. However, there are a few people here who are familiar with it. The students from the master class, anyone who was at the Kenya chapter lodge. However, just okay, yeah, perfect. So I just want to talk a little bit about why having a digital badge as a movement is important. You know, the way we all have national IDs or student IDs, something to just identify what you're a part of, yeah? So, and we've been speaking a lot about speaking in one voice as youth. And in the simplest form, we can start now, speaking in one voice. So this digital badge just allows us to, it will allow us as Bili Now and Bilis to create awareness and visibility about the movement, yeah? So once you use the digital badge, perhaps you put it as your WhatsApp profile picture, you may have your friends ask, what is Bili Now? And that's how conversation begins, yeah? And then we want to foster, the digital badge will help you foster participation in the smallest ways, you know. Simply just putting your face on the badge is a way to participate in the movement and further our agenda. And finally, as our auntie said, we need to know how to engage others. So this is what the digital badge will allow us to do, yeah. So in simple words, that's it. What you do, just quickly to explain how it's used, is that a link will be sent to you, and once you get the link, you just insert your favorite picture in the circle as shown. And then what you can do is, once you've inserted your picture, you can post it on your social media, tag your friends, tag Bili Now, Reach a Hand, DD, Development Dynamics, and just, yeah, nothing helps us speak as one voice more than social media, yeah? So we are really grateful we have social media in our lives. And yeah, basically that's what the digital badge is. I really hope to see your beautiful faces inside that circle, starting now. The link will be sent to various groups. So thank you guys so much.
A round of applause for Elizabeth. So as you mentioned earlier, and as we've been speaking, it's all about using the different spaces that we have, the different spaces that exist at our reach to continue and or to further this conversation. So feel free to get your badge, get your face in the badge, hashtag Bili Now, and you can tag us on the different social media platforms, whether it's on Instagram, it's on Twitter, or it's on Facebook. We'd be more than happy to celebrate you. We'd be more than happy to share your photos, and we'd be more than happy to see how this continues to grow, you know, the movement. Because as has been rightly put, when we realize the power of our collective voices as young people, then we can begin to culture these brave spaces. Sawa sawa. So guys, we're coming to the end of our program here today, our summit. Oh, we're coming to the end of the summit. Oh, I was inviting you guys to be sad with me. We're coming to the end of the summit. No, me, I'm happy you're coming to the end. Look at you guys. But as we approach the end, you know, we reflect back on what were some of the objectives when we came here yesterday. It was number one, to just see how as BNN Africa we connect and engage and ensure that we're backing brave young people to champion for social accountability for the reproductive rights of and futures of young people. Then two is to also co-create and socialize and validate the manifesto, the voice, hashtag Free Our Voices, and the BNN brand. And three was also to explore innovative strategies and best practices for building a responsive, brave, and intersectional BNN youth movement. To do this, we want to make some commitments. A couple of things have been said by Maxi, by Auntie, just on the importance to continue to empower and capacity build young people in order to pass on the baton, to engage the next generation of future leaders. So we want to get some brave agreements and declarations from the team, and I'm going to invite the lovely, the beautiful, the person who's made all this possible. Please give it up for Daisy Tuzo as she comes through to lead us through this. Better noise for Daisy Tuzo! Tuzo!
It's
Give us a move.
You're gonna my one side. You make me give them back.
Go Daisy! Hey!
She go like
That's bullying. My dancing ended yesterday. So my task is very easy. I think let's stand up and stretch a little bit. I think people are so tired. Stretch. Let's try right BNN with our bodies. Maybe. Everybody, a change, stand up. The whole body. So let's start with B. I need a helper. Angel, come and help me now that I've seen you passing. Show us, how will we write B with our body? Everybody watch Angel. Okay, B. Okay, N. Another N. And then the exclamation.
I can help you with that one. Exclamation mark, you go up and toing. So we write it again, yes? So let's go. B, and then we have N, then another N, then our exclamation mark, toing.
Thank you, Rashid. So we're almost at the tail end of our program for today, because remember we still have a program for tomorrow, only that tomorrow we're doing outreach. So my task is simple. I need people in their countries. Move to your country. I think, yeah, move to your country. Everybody, make it fast so we can finish quickly. This exercise is going to take us maybe another 15, hopefully 20 minutes.
So we can have Kenya here.
Team Kenya.
To the right, Kenya, where Ruel is standing. Uganda can come where Angel is. South Sudan, yes, where... Okay, yeah, South Sudan.
Is everyone in there? Elvis, are you in Benin? Uganda.
Whom have I forgotten? Uganda, where are you?
Ethiopia.
You are
there.
They're there.
South
Majority
Sudan,
is there.
You're there.
Ethiopia, you can stay with Kenya. We'll help you.
No, this one that she can't be helped. It's very individual. Ethiopia, come here. And we want to make some commitment from our being here. So the first commitment we'll make is a country commitment. As Billies of that country, what is your one commitment? And we are going to follow through. So each team will come here and present. You're only going to take 5 minutes to think about your commitment. And let's use the formula of it being a SMART commitment. Can we measure it? Is it realistic? Is it, you know, all of that stuff. So one commitment per country, because remember, we want to have this summit every year. And so when we come back next year, we want to be able to see and track where are you with your commitment. So please think about your country, what we have talked about. Think about SRHR and the intersectionality with other issues. Then write it down, not necessarily on a sticky, Rashid, thank you for reminding me. Do we have them, the papers? So quickly, 5 minutes. Then the second one. on your sticky notes with your name. Men, it's not that kind of commitment. I'm being told that men are afraid of commitment. You can relax. So teams, one is your country commitment. What's your brave commitment as Team Uganda? What's your brave commitment as the Kenyan Billies? What's your brave commitment as Burkina Faso? I can't see Burkina Faso folks in the house. Oh, you're hiding there. I was going to wonder. Benin and then Senegal. Elvis, are you okay? Okay. And then the other one is your personal brave commitment. Remember, we're calling these brave commitments. Everyone is going to come to the stage and have 1 minute to share your brave commitment. So we have, let me look at my time. It's 10 minutes to 4 o'clock. So we're going to stop the exercise at exactly 4 so that we can make presentations and try and end the day early. Is that okay? So DJ, I think you can not so loud so that if people are discussing, they're able to hear themselves. To hold each other accountable for your country commitment. What's your accountability measure? Because it's not just writing a commitment and saying this is our commitment. We need also your accountability strategy.
Osipitiriza bulungi temu kubanza yogera owulira bulungi kale kiriya so
oh no, yeah.
Try to push in front a bit. There. Just push in front a bit.
So we just talk. We start.
I don't know. Are we waiting for the go ahead?
I have no idea. I can't even. I think they'll tell us when we're starting. Okay. So long as we can all hear each other, I think that's fine.
Tu nous écoutes tous? Oui, je vous entends. Je l'entends, je t'entends, mais elle ne parle pas d'abord. But you're not talking. Je l'entends bien maintenant. Yes.
Okay. Hi everyone, welcome to our session today. It's going to be a brief session, very easy questions, trust me. So we'll start a bit by introducing ourselves, saying where we're coming from, and I have forgotten to introduce myself as well, but I'll begin and then I'll hand over to everyone. I'll introduce myself, hand over to Dolis, and then hand over to Agbesi. So my name is Nekesa Omalo. I'm the Youth Engagement Manager at PP Global, and I'm really excited to have you guys here. I'm from Kenya, and I'm now Ugandan after this summit. So this has been a lovely summit, and it's really been great to have you as
Thank you so much, Nekesa. My name is South Sudan. I'm among the newly for this session. I'm happy to be part of the movement, and I look forward to work hand in hand with Bill now. Thank you.
Congratulations.
La question, c'était de s'introduire, de dire d'où on vient et ce qu'on fait un peu par rapport à Billy Nono.
Qu'est-ce que je fais? D'accord. Moi, c'est Agbissa de l'UNICEF. Je suis Billy du Burkina Faso.
I am Billy from Burkina Faso.
Je suis étudiant en physiopathologie humaine, en neurosciences.
He is a student in physiopathology, human physiopathology.
Et je fais également de la photographie de communication.
Great. I forgot to mention. So Agbessa holding West Africa and East Africa. He's just Francophone speaking. And our interpreter today will also introduce himself and we can move ahead to the next.
Yes, thank you. I am Janvier Baleke. As I'm called locally Baleke. I am Congolese by origin from DRC, but living and loving this beautiful country of Uganda. And what can I say? I use French is my brain. That's all I can say.
I think you need to translate for Agbessi.
Okay, what I was saying is that I'm Janvier Baleke. Je viens originalement du Congo, mais je vis et j'aime ce pays de l'Ouganda et donc le français c'est mon gagne-pain quotidien.
Super.
Merci.
Okay. Great. So I will begin by asking, I'll be having very simple questions, 4 questions. I'll ask the question and then we'll get to hear. And by everyone I mean Dolius and Agbessi because they are our billies for the day. So my work is just
J'ai été inspiré par l'engagement de Mikhail Vedrago, chargé du programme de jeu.
Donc he says what makes him brave. First of all, he's going to say is Billy now, because from the beginning he has been engaged in.
Mikhail Vedrago. Inspiré par Mikhail Vedrago.
He has been inspired by a person whose name he has said I failed to recall it, but.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. So that is the source of his inspiration, and Billy now is now one of the things that makes him brave.
Donc après cela, j'étais déjà intéressé par les questions de santé de la reproduction.
I was already interested in issues of sexual and reproductive health.
Mais je m'y prononçais pas trop. Je parlais pas trop autour de moi de ça.
But I was not saying much about it around myself.
Mais après avoir intégré le programme Billy Now,
but after taking part into the Billy Now program,
j'ai commencé à parler de ça tellement bien, tellement fort et partout.
I now started talking about it well, courageously and everywhere.
Il y a des gens qui ont inscrit mon nom dans leur contact, Abdel Sexualité.
But he did it so well. People saved his contact under the name
Abdel Sexualité.
Abdel Sexuality. brave, courageuse.
Thank you so much, Nakisa. What makes me to be brave? Coming from a country that is known of war, tribalism war, a lot of conflicts, running to the camp, seeking refugee in Uganda, especially in Reno camp, West Nile, Uganda, living in camp, seeing the kind of life there and seeing my future, I ask myself, am I going to remain here? Is this the future I want? Okay.
Elle dit ce qui lui rend brave, c'est que étant venu du Sud-Soudan, un pays ravagé par des problèmes, étant réfugié en Ouganda et dans des camps de concentration des réfugiés, et s'est posé souvent la question, est-ce comme ça que ça va rester? Vais-je rester seulement dans ces cas? Qu'est-ce qui va arriver à la vie? Oui.
I asked myself, I need to speak up for my voice, not me alone, what about other youth? So I stood up for myself. I had to go against my family, like, no, I cannot stay here. So it was one way that I'm brave, I can fight for myself, I can fight for my country. So making me a brave person, it's under that experimenter. I speak for myself and I speak for others.
C'est ainsi qu'elle a décidé de parler, à parler de son sort et à parler et c'est et c'est ça qui fait d'elle une brave Billy.
Besides that, I had to join this movement called Youth Advisory Panel. It was formed last year in August.
Par ça, elle a joint le mouvement des conseils des jeunes l'année passée.
So, the advisory panel, it's not only me alone. We are around 24 of us.
Le conseil des jeunes a 24 membres. Les histoires sont de prendre votre propre droit, c'est vraiment
This is an action which is very, very
des réponses courtes et capturer vos idées et puis vous donner une réponse courte.
Awesome. So we've been speaking a lot about BRAVE for the past 2 days, and I want to know for you, which letter in the acronym BRAVE do you relate most with, and why?
On a beaucoup parlé de BRAVE les 2 derniers jours, et comme vous le savez, le mot BRAVE c'est un acronyme avec beaucoup de mots qui porte l'essence et le mot
B. La lettre B, c'est-à-dire audacieux.
It is the letter B which means bold.
And why?
Pourquoi?
Parce que j'ose briser des choses qui sont établies depuis très longtemps. J'ose parler de certaines choses que les gens ont du mal à parler. Donc, je pense que c'est audacieux.
He says because he likes to break the rules that have been established for a long time, and he dares to talk about things that other people are not trying to talk about.
Oh, are you also an experimenter?
Tu es aussi think I am, yes.
Great. I found myself experimental. That's amazing, Agbesi. Dolly's, how about you?
Dolly's is good.
The word brave, EY is because we need to engage. E stand for engage. Development and the sensibility for the 2063 agenda.
Je crois que l'engagement est vraiment important. Pourquoi ne devrions-nous pas engager tous les jeunes dans cette lutte?
Okay, that's great. I thought you were going to say epic for 1 minute.
J'ai cru que tu allais dire épique.
So my next question is,
La question suivante.
if you would add one more acronym to the brave, one more letter to the brave acronym, what letter would it be?
Si vous êtes obligé d'ajouter une autre lettre à l'acronyme BRAVE, quelle lettre serait-ce?
Yes, Dolis, back to you.
Me, I will add S.
Elle dit qu'elle ajouterait S.
S, we need to sensitization.
Elle dit S parce qu'en anglais, c'est la lettre S qui commence les mots qui signifient... donne-moi une minute. Le mot qui signifie sensibilisation, voilà.
D'accord.
Okay, sensitization, you want us to learn more about what we are fighting for.
Si on va commencer avec toi, à part ton long voyage, quel autre élément a été intéressant?
Intéressant, c'est le mood et l'ambiance qu'il y avait au niveau de l'activité. C'était vraiment très intéressant, interactif, et on apprenait en jouant, en s'amusant, et c'était nice.
He says what was outstanding for him was the ambience around, the mood, learning while having fun. That was really amazing.
I think he was going to start with the fun part, but then he just started with the other one to be nice.
On a cru que tu allais commencer avec la partie de l'amusement.
But I'm glad you're having fun as we are learning as
Oui,
well.
je suis content parce que nous nous amusons en apprenant.
Yeah. Dolly's, how about you?
Delis, quant à toi?
The most interesting thing is that everyone is lovable. Regardless of where you come from, we look at ourselves as if we have ever met before.
Ce qui est intéressant, c'est que tout le monde est aimable. On se regarde, on croirait qu'on s'est déjà rencontré quelque part.
And the weather is so friendly.
Et puis le climat est aussi beau.
Oh, okay. I mean, how is the weather like in South Sudan?
Oh, wow.
Comment est le climat au Soudan?
You know, South Sudan is a sub-Saharan region, so it's hot. During day and night, it's extremely hot.
Et puis elle dit, le Sud-Soudan, c'est une région subsaharienne, donc il fait chaud le jour comme la nuit.
Oh, great. Awesome. We're glad that you're enjoying the weather here, and we're also happy to welcome you guys to Uganda. I'm speaking on behalf of Ugandans.
Nous sommes contents que vous
Thank
aimiez
you.
le climat ici et je suis ravi de vous accueillir en Ouganda parce que maintenant je parle au nom de l'Ouganda.
Cool, merci.
Great. So for now, I'm really happy that we did this session. I'd like to appreciate you for your time.
Je suis vraiment contente qu'on ait cette séance et je vous remercie beaucoup.
And I'm hoping to see us tomorrow for the action day. We have been speaking about planning, now we are going to act.
Et je suis content de vous revoir. Je serai contente de vous revoir demain pour qu'on passe à l'acte parce qu'on a beaucoup parlé en théorie et demain ça sera passer à l'acte.
Great. And as we do that, let's remember we are brave, we are Billys, and we are all growing together.
Et en faisant ça, nous devons nous rappeler toujours que nous sommes braves, courageux, nous sommes des Billy et nous sommes censés grandir ensemble.
Thank you so much for this session.
Merci
and,
beaucoup pour cette séance.
Come to our end.
Merci
Et nous en
Thank you
avons
so
fini.
much.
Et merci
Great.
beaucoup.
C'est passé trop vite.
It has ended too fast. It was too good.
We'll continue inside.
Nous allons continuer à l'intérieur.
Ouais, c'est merci.
Thank you.
Okay. My God.
Work with the young people in order to work for the accessibility to more opportunity, professional opportunity, and have accesses to service and family planning services without discrimination and stigmatization in the white section. But me, my personal commitment is to work with young people and be an example for them to engage themselves also to reach out another young people as Billy. Thank you.
Serious. As I said, this will be an annual summit. I need those commitments. Put your we will follow up with an email maybe to help you refine, because I said your commitment must be smart. We must be able to measure. When you were last at the summit, this is what you committed. We're now in the next summit. Where are we? So it needs to be smart. Okay. The next team, Senegal. Senegal, please. Remember to write your name on your personal commitment. You guys, it's not an exam. No one is going to beat you. You guys are brave. You want to do this. So. It's just one commitment per country. One.
Hi everyone. Pour notre engagement, on a dit que nous nous engageons à mettre à la disposition des jeunes l'ensemble des informations liées aux questions de santé sexuelle et reproductive pour freiner l'élan des problèmes de grossesse précoce, d'avortement, de mariage d'enfants, etc., etc. Nous avons mis ici l'accent sur ces questions-là, par rapport surtout sur la question de l'accès à l'information, parce que nous pensons que pour régler certains problèmes, il faut mettre à la disposition des jeunes l'ensemble des informations qu'ils ont besoin, surtout sur les questions de santé sexuelle et reproductive. Pour ça, pour que les stratégies qu'on a adoptées, la première stratégie, c'est la sensibilisation. Mais la sensibilisation se fera surtout sur les zones rurales où nous avons constaté qu'il y a plus de grossesses d'enfants, surtout les grossesses précoces, qu'il y a encore les mariages d'enfants, qu'il y a encore les VBG, les violences basées sur le genre, où il y a aussi les... Comment dirais-je? Ok. Donc la seconde stratégie, c'est la création de plateformes nationales, c'est-à-dire la création d'une application étendue sur tout le territoire national où les jeunes pourront avoir accès à des informations. Si le jeune peut savoir quelles sont les méthodes contraceptives qu'il doit utiliser, il peut entrer dans cette application-là, il verra toutes les méthodes contraceptives, leur prix et quels sont les districts sanitaires qui disposent de ces méthodes-là. Il y a aussi, dans cette application aussi, ils peuvent vérifier quelles sont les lois en vigueur qui luttent contre les violences basées sur le genre, le viol, la pédophilie, etc., etc. Et quelles sont les structures de prise en charge qu'ils pourront contacter pour d'éventuels conseils. La troisième stratégie, c'est la création de réseaux de jeunes Billy. Nous voulons étendre le réseau Billy Nono Sénégal à d'autres jeunes dans d'autres zones, surtout dans les zones les plus reculées du Sénégal. Pour que ces Billy-là, dans les villages ou dans les zones où il n'y a pas l'accès à la connexion, pour qu'ils puissent avoir les informations, ces jeunes Billy dans ces zones rurales-là vont porter le plaidoyer et la sensibilisation au niveau de leurs pairs pour les questions considérées comme tabous puissent être soulevées et que les parents puissent aussi s'engager à ce que l'information puisse passer au niveau des familles. Et voilà les stratégies, les engagements que nous prenons au niveau national. Et pour les engagements personnels, Oumou a un engagement, je vais la laisser prendre la parole.
So thank you for that. So I'm Sekoumas Lee from Senegal. So our commitment for Senegal is to make young people know their rights first, because we know the problem in Senegal is SRHR awareness. People don't know their rights, don't know where they can have services. And for them, it's to make young people first know their rights, know where they can have SRHR services, and also have access to accurate information for their sexual and reproductive health. So their strategies is to build a platform, a national platform where young people can have information and also know where they can have services. Also, create a network of young Billies in Senegal, because it is important to spread the information, because in some areas people don't have access to internet, they don't have access to information, and don't have access to services. So it's important for them to create a network for a young Billies network, so those young Billies will spread the information and help also their peers to have access and information to I will share their personal commitment.
Bonjour. Pour moi, il faut savoir que je suis réalisatrice de films. J'ai réalisé mon premier film à l'âge de 18 ans. C'est un film qui traite des violences faites à la jeune fille. Ça s'intitule Yahara et j'ai gagné des prix au Niger et au Sénégal. Maintenant, dans les années à venir, je souhaite par mon talent essayer vraiment de valoriser la femme, essayer de sensibiliser les gens à travers le talent que Dieu m'a donné, à savoir réaliser des films.
So she's explaining that she is filmmaker, and she produced a film called Yahara, yeah, and she won prizes in Niger and Senegal. Okay, Niger and Senegal, and through her talent, he wants to highlight the needs of young people and the urgency to take in charge those needs. And yeah, for that, that's a commitment she will take for the next year. Thank you.
Pour moi, mon engagement personnel est que je suis entrepreneur. Je suis aussi étudiant et j'ai fait de la clarification des valeurs. Donc pour moi, mon engagement personnel, c'est qu'à partir d'aujourd'hui, initier les jeunes à l'entrepreneuriat. Parce que quoi qu'on puisse dire, on sait que c'est la pauvreté qui est la cause fondamentale de tous ces problèmes-là liés au mariage d'enfants, etc., etc. Donc le but, c'est de soutenir les familles à ce qu'elles aient leur propre affaire pour que maintenant qu'ils puissent avoir un soubassement financier qui pourrait les aider. Par rapport à ma capacité de formation en clarification des valeurs, l'objectif sera de réunir les parents, mais aussi les guides, certains religieux, les imams et tout ça, qu'on puisse leur donner l'information et leur dire que certaines questions que vous considérez comme tabou ne le sont pas, et vous êtes obligés d'en parler au sein de votre famille pour que l'ensemble de ces problèmes-là puissent être résolus au Sénégal. Et donc, c'est mon engagement personnel que je prendrai dès à présent. Merci.
Thank you for the... So, he's a student and an entrepreneur, and he wants also to help young people in Senegal to know how to do entrepreneurship. So, because he knows that poverty causes many problems in Senegal, and as he did also value and clarification and attitude transformation, he wants also to share what he learned there to the religious leaders and the parents and the young people also in Senegal, to share what he learns and let them know that the subject that we consider as taboo are not, and we need to discuss with our young people those subjects, those issues we have, so those problems can be solved in Senegal. And he'll also taking the engagement to also help young people to know how to do entrepreneurship. He will teach them and train them to do entrepreneurship. Thank you. That's his engagement. So, thank you. So my personal engagement is to help those young people also to access services and information, because I know many problems, many of my peers had that problem in my time when we were seeking information too, because we had needs, but we didn't know how to find those information. But as I knew that, so I said to myself, I need to help young people. That's why also I joined PP Global, because they are backing brave young people and they are helping them to get their needs solved. Their what else? Sorry, I forgot the words, but helping young people getting access to information and services are the things that really young need, and I think this is my aim to help them get that. Thank you.
Thank you, Team Senegal. So it's 4:23. Let's try and make this not rushed, but just fast, because this is the reason why we're here. I'm insisting about this commitment for a reason. One, how you want to use those resources. How are we going to talk to donors about Billy's in South Sudan?
technical secretary accounts youth organization with the policy for this secretary functionment. And we can take also some influencer. The person have a good influence to the politics, and the community also can take part of this secretary. This is our commitment now. I don't know if I can continue directly with my personal. Okay, for my personal commitment, I commit myself to give more support, more technical support to this secretary with the coaching and mentorship to help this secretary to achieve their goal. Thank you.
Bonsoir à tous, moi c'est Zie Maria. Je fais une remarque, bien que le Burkina ait adopté la politique de gratuité des services en 2018, les jeunes n'ont pas la bonne information, ils n'ont pas l'information des services disponibles, donc ils s'en détournent en quelque sorte. Donc, dorénavant, je m'engage à fournir les informations nécessaires pour qu'aucun jeune au Burkina Faso dise qu'il n'a pas eu une information des services de santé auxquels il avait droit. Pourtant, c'est gratuit. Donc, je m'engage, comme je le disais, à leur fournir les services, à les sensibilisant, en les référant dans nos centres de santé pour qu'ils puissent bénéficier des services en SSR, pour qu'ils puissent affronter pleinement en toute confiance leur avenir, pour ne pas qu'une grossesse précoce ou une maladie les empêche de réaliser leurs rêves. Comme vous le savez, les jeunes ont beaucoup de potentiel. Il suffit juste qu'on leur donne les moyens de le réaliser. Merci.
As she was saying, her personal commitment, she started by highlighting that in her country, services are free. Services can be accessed for free, but very many young people are not aware of that. So she is committing herself to participate in sensitizing all the young people of her country so that they may know where to go when they need services, so that they may have access to information, accurate information, and know where they need to go when they need to be helped.
Thank you. My personal commitment is to help young people break down language barriers, because if we want to have common goal, we have to make sure that we are understanding each other when we are discussing. So that is why I'm committing myself, in addition to the creation of this technical secretary, to give to those young people the capacity to speak at least 2 languages, maybe English and French, and if they want more, why not Mandarin or Chinese? Donc, je disais que mon engagement personnel, c'est d'aider les jeunes à faire face aux défis des barrières linguistiques, peut-être parler 2 ou 3 langues, voilà, entre Billy, parce que lorsque nous parlons de discussion et que nous avons des objectifs communs, nous devons être à mesure de se comprendre, peu importe les langues que nous parlons.
He just made my work easier. He just recapitulated what he had said in English in French.
My name is Agbessi Abdel Youssef du Burkina. Moi, j'ai été vraiment heureux de voir qu'on veut ajouter au niveau des braves la voix.
He says, on the word brave, he wants the word voice to be added.
Parce que j'avais une idée de création de contenu, une chronique. Une idée de création de contenu, une chronique vidéo.
He says he had an idea of creating a video content.
Ça s'appelle Et si on parlait de.
And it is entitled What if we talk about.
Et si on
continuation mark.
Et si on parlait de, cela veut dire qu'à chaque épisode, on parle d'un nouveau sujet qui est peut-être tabou et tout.
Which means every fresh episode would be treating a different topic.
Donc c'est l'occasion de donner la voix aux jeunes.
And it is an opportunity to give a voice to young people.
De parler des sujets sans tabou.
To talk about different topics without limitations.
Sans discrimination.
without discrimination.
Vraiment free, librement.
And all that without a cost.
Donc je vais réaliser ces chroniques.
I'm going to produce that series.
Et également, comme je suis beaucoup, la question d'autonomisation des jeunes me tient beaucoup.
And because I'm really passionate about youth empowerment,
je m'engage
I commit myself
à réaliser une autre chronique qui s'appelle Entrée pratique.
To produce another series called Entrée pratique.
C'est-à-dire l'entrepreneuriat de manière pratique, c'est démystifier tous les concepts de l'entrepreneuriat au niveau des jeunes.
The word Entrée pratique, which is short for practical entrepreneurship.
Parce que souvent on pense qu'on ne peut pas entreprendre avec des petites sommes.
Because it is possible to start an enterprise with small funds.
Donc ce serait une sorte de télé-réalité où on utilise des petites sommes.
And it will be like a sort of TV reality show where people start up with small
pour
amounts.
réaliser quelque chose, pour atteindre une somme fixée.
In order to reach a certain fixed goal.
Cool.
I think Acheng mentioned it, but I want to just repeat while. Let's stand and give Team Burkina standing ovation. And this is because without having started Billy Now in a small country in West Africa, we would not be talking about Billy Now. So kindly let us give a round of applause to the brave young people and Billies of Burkina Faso, most who are not in the room today. We are because they were, and a special mention of Mika. Mika who really, Mika please come. Mika really led this program. I've worked with Mika for the last 4 years and he's still our youth leader in West Africa, but we are here because of the sweat and toil of young people like Mika and who are led by Mika. I just wanted to say that I appreciate you.
Can I just add that Mika continued the work under 2 coups d'etats in Burkina Faso. Okay, 2 government changes, but continued to engage so that this work would continue through the ministries. Because yes, they removed the government, right? The leadership, but the ministries continued that work, and Mika continued with the Billies to work. They've had jihadism, they've had bombs, we've been there when bombs have gone off, but the work has continued. So we talk about brave, this is brave.
Mika is brave. Another recognition I want to give to Agbesi. Agbesi Kam. I think what Agbesi is talking about, his films, is another very realistic example of commitment of young people. PP Global has supported Agbesi. He was actually the first young person to be supported directly by PP Global to produce a YouTube series called Myth or Reality, and he's been working with young people and doctors and ministry people to do short series around busting myths on sexual and reproductive health and rights. We're very proud of him. He brought his camera with him. He's been taking films. So when I talk about your commitments, you just never know. Maybe even somebody in the room here will say, I have $1,000, I can give it to you to fulfill your commitment. This is why you need to take this serious, because we want to put those in a directory and be able, it may not be PP Global helping. I might, allow me to say this, best you can sit. You can sit. In Burkina Faso now, we're getting $10,000 from a donor who wants to support young people directly. We didn't know we were going to meet that donor. That money is not coming to PP Global. It's going directly to support the project of Billies in Burkina Faso. So when we're doing this process, it's because we want to show you and demonstrate that we are committed. However, we cannot go and pitch and talk without knowing what you're doing, or we don't also want to talk on your behalf. If I go with your commitment, it's your commitment. I can call on you and say, hey, someone wants to support that. I know Acheng has been very passionate about film, I'm so glad that you're doing film. I wish we knew that earlier because we've been struggling to do a documentary in Burkina Faso, which is a francophone country. You know, I'm sure we're going to talk with Baji and figure out how do we make that happen, of course, with our colleagues in Senegal. So this is why these commitments are serious. But again, if you don't want to make a brave commitment, it's up to you. So next country, sorry, I just had to say that about Burkina Faso specifically because we're here because of Burkina Faso. Next, I think we will go to Kenya. Team Kenya. Kenyans bwana, mnachoma. Kujeni chacha.
Say you are the man of the people.
Okay, good evening. I don't know how we can talk Burkina Faso, but we're gonna try, okay? Okay, you can. So our commitment as country Kenya, it's we really debated about our commitment because this light. Our commitment has to be on two fronts. And because here, as I stand here, I do represent the queer community because I identify as a gay man, and we have heteros. So yeah, so our commitment is creation of a voice pop-up. And what's a voice pop-up? That's a creation of a physical, virtual, and perceived safe space. Because we're talking about creation of a safe space, but how does it look like? It's going to be physical, it's going to be virtual, and it's going to be a perceived safe space where youth can be able to access it. Whether you're part of the LGBTQ community or you're not, who are going to be in the safe space. We're going to have observation and documentations. Here we're talking about reports, photography, success stories, lived experiences. That's how we're going to be able to do it and track the documentation. We're going to have participation rates. This being a safe space, we're not just going to have it as a place where guys just come, This is a place where you also get to have your mental health in check. It's a space where you can be able to have your creativeness out, have your spoken word, have your poetry, have your music, have a podcast, where you can be able to record and share. It's a place where you also get to grow and you also get to, be in touch with the community and also heal while you're doing that, because we understand, especially in East African countries, how tough and challenging it is for, the sexual orientation and gender identity community. And we're also going to have emotional well-being. You'll also tackle on the mental health aspect. So how are we going to report success? So when we're hosting the summit in Kenya next year, when we're hosting it in Kenya next year, we're going to have empowered and trained Billy Now champions, who have already been taught in reports writing, monthly reports, annual reports. We're going to have that. And at the BNN annual summit in Kenya, we're going to showcase what we have done. So, I mean, you guys, yeah, I'm expecting the claps. That's it, yes. So, that's how we're going to have our voice pop-up, where we're actually creating an actual physical safe space for both the queer community and the non-queer community. Yes, so thanks. My commitment, my personal commitment, I do have two, if that's okay. And so the first commitment is, maybe most of you already know it, I'm a content creator, and I'm going to use my virtual spaces, because I have so many, I get exhausted with some, to use my spaces to create information and get information out there. Because the numbers that I have, especially through my podcast, which I haven't done this year, so I'm committing to continuing my podcast, which is, I don't want to brag, but listened to in 40 countries, so there's that. Yeah. I am going to use my podcast to create, to give the information that young people need, because I got HIV through lack of information, but now I used my pain to, empower young people. And my second commitment has to be in line with my work, because I run a safe space for homeless and runaway queer youth, and I'm going to utilize that to make sure that every queer person who comes into my contact, who's my responsibility, actually has their human rights defended and protected. Thank
you. My personal commitment is I am committing to being available anytime, anywhere, and at any place for our Kenyan commitment.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hi guys. Hi. Uko nyuma, hi. Oh, they're in the back, hi. Yeah, so talking about voice pop-up, I think being a creative and also a storyteller brings me back to his idea, how do I support this? But I'm looking at it from the perspective of how do we retain the same information? Because we can be holding, let's say, offline events, but how do we make sure that we don't just stream, then that's it? How do we ensure we use the knowledge that we have to continue spreading the message in terms of, doing the short reels and stuff from very long videos and stuff. So I'm committing to ensure that in support of Voice Pop-Up, I bring the hybrid, expertise to ensure that when we are going for offline events, we are also visible online through, Twitter Spaces, through, YouTube, Facebook, and also maybe, let's say, every other channel that I'm aware of. So that, and also at the same time, being creative in ensuring that we foster collective thinking. And as much as this is a safe space for youth, we have to accept that sometimes we think we have the solutions to everything, but the youth understand exactly what has to be done. So being available to talk to youth, and also, as we said before, understanding what they want and championing for that, but of course, having the interest of Build Now at heart. Thank you so much.
Hamjambo tena. You basically reply Hamjambo, okay? Hamjambo? Yeah, we know bonjour, no Hamjambo as well. So my personal commitment that I had written down was, and this is because I am anchored at CSA, we have a cohort of young people in like 7 counties that we're implementing right now, that is Kisumu, Mombasa, Homa Bay, Siaya, Migori. So my commitment was to make sure all these advocates have joined Billy Now. But while listening to Burkina Faso, I realized my role and responsibility goes beyond that. And because I am now also responsible for spaces, and right now we work with Ruel in the HIV space, which is very diverse. We have the queer community, we have the adolescent and young girls, and we also have the people who are living with disabilities, and also in the SRHR space, which is funny because it's divided normally in Kenya. So I hold these spaces and I run conversation in all these spaces. So part of my commitment is to make sure when engaging in these spaces, also include Billy Now Now messages, and also include the responsibility that we all have to play, because at the end of the day, and I'm a very big champion of ownership, because it stems from us. And the moment you own that thing, the moment it's yours, then I won't need to tell you why. You will be the one telling other people why to join in. So yeah, honestly, we'll be championing for ownership, that young people own their lives, own their futures, and now as they fight towards it, it will trickle down to many other young people. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone. So my personal commitment, two of them, it's tied to the Kenya commitment, where we'll have the physical, the virtual, and the perceived space. So of course I have to leverage my skills in virtual and social media and digital. So I commit to giving my services free of charge, for free of charge, and to also mentor other people in digital and virtual, so that then I'm not the only one doing it, and it's a whole team. My second commitment is, aside from being a digital guru, I am also an artist. I have slacked a bit on my art because of lack of confidence and fear of putting my art out there for people to, because people judge and they critique, and that's a fear of mine. So another commitment of mine is to go back to my art, so that I can be able to express myself better, and thus it will also inspire other people who sometimes hide, and who hide and they have talents, to also, to be, oh my God, how could I forget that? Exactly, to be brave in my art. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I commit to providing one, not many, just one innovative digital solution, digital media solution for the larger movement that has never been thought about since 2018. If you have thought about it, tell me no, I have a year to come up with one solution. Thank you.
Good evening. So my this light banner, this light. Soft life. So my personal commitments exactly in the Versatile. So number one is around connections. I commit to, we're talking about how do we bring on more people on board so that we can have these resources for young people. So I commit to use my connections, my networks, to grow the partnerships that BNN has, so that the movement can actually grow beyond Nairobi and its environs, and we can take it to the people on the ground. I think earlier you actually mentioned this, like it seems not have it more in the urban spaces, but also in the rural spaces. So it becomes a movement that resonates with every single young person, wherever they are, because these connections is also about the intersectionalities of the issues that young people are facing. And we say it's bodies, cultures, and destinies. So how do we ensure that BNN is on the ground in the rural areas, that when I go to my shags to see my people, I can actually say BNN and they notice it, and they can resonate with it. Then I think I also got challenged by Burkina Faso, or the Western African guys, because they're doing so much on the digital space. And when we were talking about the voices of the brave, I just thought that because there's so many storytellers here, content creators, so how might we also come up with our own platform for BNN itself, BNN specific, where we're having the voices of brave happening, or hashtag free our voices. We're inviting young people like Ruel, we're inviting young people like Tony, we're inviting young people to just share their voices, their brave stories, on a platform that is run by BNN, owned by BNN, and shared by BNN on other different spaces. So I commit to ensure that that happens. Digital Solution Guy will help us create those digital solutions. And yes, and then finally, it's just the whole aspect of ownership. So seeing other ways that we can move from just having young people engaging with BNN, but actually owning it. And finally, I commit to the commitment. I commit the commitment to commit that commitment.
Thank you, everyone. For me, I think today I was asked a very hard question, and I'm still struggling to find the answer. When we were doing our group work, I had requested that everyone is asked this question. So the question is, we've spoken a lot about indicators, goals, all the, how we're going to measure this impact, how we're going to evaluate everything. And the question that we struggled with in our group was, how would we know that we have met these goals? Like, how would we know? It's very hard to know what someone is thinking in their minds. BNN is all about ownership. BNN is all about, how we are integrating all our interests together, intersectionality. So I think we all need to think about that question, because it's very easy to just say, yeah, we're going to measure, we're going to get a lot of surveys, we're going to get, reach this number of people. But then if it's not sustainable and it does not continue, then, what are we doing? So my first commitment is to continue working towards getting the answer to this question. And by doing that, I think there's a lot of things that we can do along the way. And the most important thing is resources and opportunities. As young people, we have brilliant ideas. We have, we are here networking. But if we do not have those resources, or if we do not have the credibility for other people to believe in our voice, then, we still have a long way to go. So my commitment is to try as much as I can in my capacity to, connect young people here in this room, outside this room, to be able to get the resources that they need and the opportunities that they need for all these ideas to come to life and to come to plan. So thank you. And also I commit to this one as well.
Hello. I'm so tempted to do an energizer, but I'm going to avoid it. Yeah. My commitment would be to amplify voice. And not just for Kenya alone, but to amplify voice for BNN Africa. And that's because we have youth networks across Africa that speak on issues on advocacy. And sometimes I wear another political hat. So that would also help us with accountability. So how we actually engage duty bearers or the people we elect to make policies and legislation for us. So I commit to that for Voice Pop-Up, for Voice, and Billy Now Now Africa. Nikisema Billy, mnasema Africa. Billy, Africa. Billy. Africa. When I say Billy, you say Now Now. Billy. Now Now.
Excellent facilitators can't help themselves. They need the energy. So, in my spirit of recognize, Kenyans came with it. The flags. Okay, so before we have the last country, two, I think. There's Ethiopia and Uganda. And Rwanda. Oh, okay. So DJ, be prepared. Ugandans still didn't welcome us. So I want, when I call them, they better come with it. Otherwise, the summit is going into Kenya. You've heard, you people, you have to decide. But I wanted to recognize Liz. Liz, please come on stage. I know, Liz, you, Elizabeth, Rwanda. Are you the one? Okay. I want to recognize Liz because all the amazing social media work you've been seeing, everything you see on the BNN Instagram page. Of course, she works with the team, but she's the guru behind that. And I'm sure all of you can attest it looks good. So let's give Liz a round of applause. Guys, don't be jealous, just clap. Clap. Thank you, Liz. We appreciate you. I know sometimes I push you so hard, but you deliver. In the spirit of that, if you have not liked any of our social media pages, please do that. Otherwise, let me not talk about the consequences. But they are good. So Uganda, that will be our energizer. I think Wilkista was giving us a cue. Ugandans, please come with an entrance. Move there to the door as you come to present. Quickly. Banange, Chichi. Muliwa. Yeah, bas. DJ, fanya ile kitu. I say you wait.
You know me sit down. You know me sit down danger. Never pizza. You know me sit down danger. Never pizza. You know me sit down danger. Jangu tugende mukapicha, my lady. Jangu tugende mukapicha. Kabalagalaye, kabalagalia, nakonyaye. Jangu tugende mukapicha. Jangu tugende mukapicha. Jangu tugende mukapicha.
Yeah, it's done.
Guys, you've seen we're practicing moves for the party bus. Otherwise, if you can't dance, you're not getting on the party bus. So be ready, everybody in the room. So Uganda, let's go. Thank you so much. We're now beginning to feel at home.
Okay. Hi everyone. So our Ugandan commitment is to localize the BNN message in our country. We want to reach here next year with a room filled with so many people, but most importantly, to know what brave means in Luganda, to know what brave means in Swahili, in I don't know, we have so many languages, but not only localizing it in terms of language, but for the people to resonate with something that they understand. And we are not even close to a representation of Uganda. So next year we hope to have it localized. And we want to do this through regional conversations, media, arts and music. And most importantly, we were talking, if you enter a taxi, make sure your neighbor knows what BNN means. Yeah, and it's only after that that we can mobilize communities, we can petition for policy change once the people of Uganda understand what being brave is, what being versatile is, what being resilient is. Yeah, localizing the BNN message. Okay, my personal commitment is to start a wave of Belize in the Uganda Soweto space. It's going to be called the Nursery Bed, where I nurture storytellers from Uganda. We can have a big branch for the movement.
My personal commitment, being a youth leader, I commit to utilize my platforms to hold leaders accountable. But also by the end of 2020, by the next summit, I commit to have reached out to 500 young people with the BNN messages. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
I fortunate happen to be in many different, I don't know, groups of young people. I deal with adolescent young girls and women in different perspectives. You will find me in skilling, you will find me in counseling, mental health, you will find me in outreaches, education. So majorly I'm surrounded by young people. And here I'm looking at how best I can interconnect all. When I mean all, what do I mean? I mean those ones in school, those ones in institutions, and communities. And in communities, I'm looking at PWIDs, the people who use and inject drugs. I'm looking at street kids, because not all street kids use drugs, and how I can make them one family to advocate and give them the information, maybe through art, through skilling, because I'm looking at integrating all their ideas into one. That is, if one is good at art, if one is good at maybe tailoring, if one is good at catering, if one is good at hairdressing, how best can we integrate all those ideas into one, but we make sure that young people are brave, resilient, and bright for tomorrow for BNN. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone. My name is Joyce. Thank you so much for this opportunity. And that aside, my personal commitment is I want to make sure discrimination, that all youths should be included and inclusive, and also have a livelihood that is better, that no one will be discriminated. I also want to encourage, motivate, especially people in local areas. Through my messages, I will have to personally reach them.
Nida, it's going to be recorded.
No, as interpreters professionally, we are supposed to be bridges. Yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm Martha Mokisa again. So as a cultural icon, Reach a Hand Uganda, I was blue yesterday, or green, about BNN. We actually just got to know about it like I think a few weeks back. So the mission and the commitment is to learn and understand more about BNN, because me and my team of icons, we are planning to do a song project together, but we cannot do that without understanding. So I think it's only Ray who is, oh my God, he's a celebrity. He's one of the best songwriters. So the mission is for us to understand. So the campaign. So maybe when we come for the summit in Kenya, we shall unveil our big BNN hit song. The project the project a bit has been a little bit funded for as per now. Yeah, so we are in the plan, but if you guys, you have any ideas, you feel like, I think you guys should do something about it, we really appreciate you guys. So maybe I'll hand over to Ray to say something.
Hey everybody, my name is Ray Signature. I'm a musician and I'm a songwriter. I think
all right, it's only 3 minutes past 5, and we are yet to sum up the day, to round off the day, but it's been a lot that's been happening down here at Las Vegas. Remember, we are down here looking at 2063. We are looking at the future, and this is the right time for us young people to jump into the big offices, the big spaces and all that, and the only way we can do that is by advocating for each and everything, for rights, for jobs, for government, for government posts and all that. But before we jump into serious conversation, introduce my guest. He's a Ugandan, you know, based. I don't know. Are you Ugandan based? I don't know. Tell us. But he's been around. He's one of the biggest media personalities. Talking about music, he's really good. He's a vocalist. I don't know. I mean, you hear his voice when he starts talking to you. Yeah. Hello, sir. You are welcome on the show.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Introduce yourself. Who you are, what you do, and what brings you here today.
Thank you so much. So happy to be here.
Yeah.
For this youth summit, Billy Now.
Yeah.
Yes, my name is Alan Tonix. I'm an entertainer.
Yeah.
I'm a recording artist. I'm also an activist.
Yeah.
Through different avenues. Have a bit of a broad spectrum of concerns that I find myself interested in.
Yeah.
I do activism for the industry, entertainment industry here in our country, in Uganda.
Yeah.
But also I've been working with youth programs for quite a bit.
Okay.
For quite a bit. I'm also a cultural icon for Richer Hands Uganda.
Whoa.
Yes,
That's
we've
dope.
been working together for quite a number of years.
Yeah.
Grown together.
Yeah.
And so I'm so happy to be here to be able to always synergize as we start new programs and new movements. I got into mainstream space.
Yeah.
I mean, I had help. I should say I was sort of scouted. I mean, they say opportunity meets the prepared.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
true.
So I think I was always doing my thing, and when an opportunity arose, it found me ready, and I just took advantage of it.
Yeah.
And as they say, the rest is history. So it's been an interesting journey. My journey joining Rahu, working with Rahu, was that the founders of Rahu at the time was a media personality.
Yeah, true.
So, and I used to do music as entertainers and media. We synergize a lot.
Oh yeah, true.
So through
That you are
networking and meetings, so we happened to meet, and he had this program he was trying to do, and they said, why not? Boys was basically just trying to mobilize his friends and circles around him to help him out, and realizing that one of the most effective ways to communicate with youth is through arts and entertainment, because they really relate to pop culture and trends and stuff like that. So it was a perfect connection. The symbiosis was good. in terms of their mindset, in terms of their priorities, in terms of their life choices, and how and their dreams and aspirations, because youth are the future. So it's very, very critical that all these things come into play.
Well, where does Tonix come from? Where do you originate from? Your village, and how do you come to Kampala? Because I'm sure all this started from home, right? Yeah, where did you come from?
Well, I think my music influences or interest was built even more so at school.
Yeah.
So because we had the band at school, like interested in playing instruments.
Yeah.
And so
you didn't hustle a lot. The fact that you had all these peers, loving you, cheering you up whenever you go on stage.
I mean, while we were at school, I mean, we used to play like in fellowship. You know, I used to. So it's timeless.
Yeah, true.
It's timeless. You know, those that were born yesterday, those that are 15, by the time they are 21, they'll be in a different headspace in terms of that. So it's that one thing that is timeless, ever present.
Yeah.
You know.
How many songs does Tonix have, and they're on the streams? They're already moving within. Can you even count them?
I don't have an exact number, but I mean, all my songs that have been released are streamable. But I have also an album that I dropped a year or so ago called Owl. I only dropped it online. It's only the streaming lines. You guys can check it out on Spotify, iTunes, Deezer, anywhere. Or you could actually check out, if you check out my Twitter account, Alan, that is Alan Tonix, Alan L Tonix IKS, my Twitter account on my Instagram. You will see a link, those shortened links, right?
Yeah.
Which can take you to all It's a variety of vibes, so you should check it out.
I will definitely. The fact that you do music, I'm sure you've traveled to quite a number of countries outside East Africa. The fact that we are looking at 2063, you know, this is Agenda 2063 that we're looking at as young people. We want to see East Africa, you know, combined together and moving forward. What do you think should be done in Uganda that is not done in Uganda, but you've experienced it in other countries? What you can give maybe 2 or 3.
Well,
but mainly in the health sector is. You as a musician, I'm sure you have more than enough following, you know, to inspire a lot of people. How have you used your following and your music to, you know, inspire people?
I mean, of course, one of the best ways, especially I as an entertainer and a celebrity and an activist, is to be actively part of the movement.
Yeah.
You know, because when people that look up to you or admire you or your fans see you being part of something like this,
yeah,
they tend to pay a bit more attention. shoot. Maybe I may not necessarily get to interact in depth enough with the society to really be able to point out such differences. Because sometimes you even go to a place where everywhere you go you have like bodyguards and stuff, and you only, so it's not like you go and interact with, it's a different vibe altogether.
I feel it.
You get people from the airport, go to the hotel, go for a press conference, go for a couple of interviews. If there's maybe a meet and greet, everything is, so you don't really get to the people that you actually even meet and interact with. It would be the privileged few who can actually maybe afford to go for an exclusive, maybe
I feel
private. So you will never really
Something
get to
like that,
see the organic side of it, really. Yes. So I would have to really make too many assumptions if I was to speak on that.
to answer that. Okay.
Yes.
Using your music, using your vocal, using your talent. Yes, we know it has worked out. But have you looked back and looked at all these talents? Maybe scooped out some talents, helped someone, or tutored someone, something like that, or mentored someone on how to make good music and useful music. Have you done anything of a sort? It can be an initiative or you personally.
Well, I think from my experience so far, one of the most important things which we're trying to do, I happen to be on the committee of the Uganda Musicians Association. And now the recently registered Uganda National Musicians Federation. And the things we are actively pushing for, things like streamlining and reform of copyright law, reform of tax law in regards to how entertainers and musicians or filmmakers are taxed. Those are incentives for investment in the entertainment industry. Those are some of the things that we're pushing for. Why? We want to give the creative, whether they're a filmmaker, whether they're
as long as it's
musician,
art.
as long as it's art, because you see these things, they cut across. Reform of the copyright law is not just for the benefit of the musicians, but for the benefit of the musician, it's for the benefit of the software designer, it's for the benefit of the graphic designer, it's for the benefit of the artist who actually, the painter, it's for the benefit of the actor or the producer or anyone that has intellectual property that they need to protect. All those are covered. It's just that the artists are so vocal about it, and the spotlight is on them about it, and the pushback whenever there's pushback is directed towards artists, because they're the ones in the entertainment industry that have the biggest following and the biggest voice, and so they're the ones that are pushing for it. So the spotlight is on them, and I think that's part of what we have to shine a light on it. But if some of these things could actually, if we succeed in having the change that we want to see, that is something that will revolutionize the industry almost overnight. Because when you do the research and you see the statistics, it's baffling. The industry is really being milked. And unfortunately, it's an industry where a lot of that has been informal for so long. And so a lot of people that participate in it are not necessarily the most informed about these things. And so people have taken advantage of that. And of course, whenever there's a scenario where someone is being taken advantage of and you try to push back, there's always resistance to the change. Why? Because it means somebody has been benefiting from that state of affairs, from that status quo. So obviously when you want to change it, you're shaking the table. You're powering some people's drinks. So it's not easy, but it's something that I think it's one of the most important things I've been a part of, in as far as a positive contribution to the industry as a whole. Because it's one thing to mentor one artist or two, but how many are they? There's so many out there, so that will not really have. But if we manage to do this, it will help even artists I've never met, I've never known. Even after I'm dead and gone, it will still help those that come after us. And I think that is exactly what we want to achieve.
But talking about you as a person, have you tried to mentor any young person, music-wise, or in any way? Have you tried to bring them up, raise them up, share them to the public? What have you done in that sector?
Well, I've actually done so much.
Yeah.
But not in an ownership way, because sometimes when people think of mentoring, they mean you must get someone, make them sign a contract to your label and what. No, but what I do is that I spread. I am so unselfish with sharing knowledge, information, and opportunity.
Yes.
Meaning, I might, for example, what I usually do, I might meet a songwriter or a producer and work with him, and then I feel like it's dope. I might pay him, but that's a one-off.
Yeah.
So what I like to do is recommend them, for example. Recommend them to
other people, other artists,
people. Give him some contacts he might need.
Connections.
Puts him through some doors that maybe he didn't know, or advise him in a certain way to overcome maybe a challenge he's been having. Some artists come and say, but I have my music, but I don't know where to do with the media. I'll be like, okay, I'll give you so and so's number, so and so's number, so and so's number, call them. Because especially if I believe like you have something that I think is ready for that kind of exposure. I'll be like, tell them I gave them your number.
Okay.
Tell them I gave them, Alan Tonics gave me a number. I said, and you'll be assist. So things like that, they don't seem major, but from my experience, the people that did a few things that seemed small then, they had a song, but so long as I did my part, they pushed me somewhere. So in that way, you find that you've touched a lot of people's lives. But as you know, the real, when you are genuine in uplifting, you don't keep count.
True.
So
you can't tell the numbers. As we wind up, Tonics, in case you find a 16-year-old old Tonics, what would you tell them in line with life and the fact that you've faced all these things, you know how you would have overcome these challenges and all that. So in case there is a 16-year-old out there and they're looking unto you, what advice can you give them?
I would tell them
yeah.
So because 16, 17, 18, that's an age where we're so excitable.
About everything.
And so curious.
True.
And sometimes we act like the world is going to end at 20.
True.
But then it's not.
Exactly.
So you might make some maybe mistakes or bad choices or wrong decisions. And normally maybe we might not have people that are more in a position of mentorship to advise on some of the, because mentorship does not only mean career to tell you do this. Mentorship also means advising about life choices, responsible living, and things like that. And it's even worse if you're in the entertainment industry. If you're a celebrity, it's a whole other ballgame. And so I think my advice would be direct translation, that means good things are ahead.
Are ahead.
Good things
are
ahead.
Future,
Yes.
That's why we are looking at Agenda 2063.
Thank you. There is no need to rush things.
Exactly.
Take your time. Do it right, and I think it will be worth it.
So take your time. Do not sit on your talent, and everything will be worth it at the end of the day. Thank you so much, Alan Tonics. Is there any other thing you want to tell people, your viewers? How can they access your music? Someone might be seeing you for the first time in a different country, and they're already boomed by your vocal and how can they access your music?
Well, first of all, you can check out my social media. My Instagram is Alan Tonics. Alan is double L, Tonics is IKS, and it's the same as my Twitter. My YouTube is Alan Tonics Worldwide. My Facebook is also Alan Tonics Worldwide. And of course, you can check out my Spotify, basically all the music streaming platforms, from Spotify to iTunes to Deezer to Apple Music to whichever Boomplay. Just still search Alan Tonics. Check out our album. And let's jam. And of course, if you want to if you want to make a booking or show, you can check out my Instagram. It has a contact for making a booking. If you want a performance, a live performance with the guitar, or maybe you want me to hit the club and mash it up. Any way you want to do, we go do it.
True. Give us a cappella as we'll say bye bye to our.
Which one? Which acapella should I give?
I think romance. I want your romance.
Okay.
I think that's the that's the song that I really liked, you know, from way back. Yeah.
Your love flowing on me head like ethanol. You got me falling in love to Tomukago. I want your medication, it's overdose. You're the kind of drug that drives me down. You're looking like a movie star, working like a top model. Bajabalala baleka masukari kukweweka nize chona chongaba.
I want your romance, yeah.
Your romance, yeah. I want your romance, yeah. I want your romance, yeah. They call me Anatonics, yeah.
Yeah, straight. Big up. Let's get back inside, check what's happening this side. But yeah, we're still vibing right here, and thank you.
People like a Monday will sound. You the please fire bomb. We not ever from. Hypocrite, shit it come. Hypocrite. Somebody. Why you want to call it from head to toe? I don't come up with Natoka kuwalela 21 days Nende udwa yangu nyepita days Never yongela mumpo tele days Nepule langa mazima ndatela kwa days Kwasandika matori yankoko Tuka kuma changa tori yankoko Tuta ate kuma jikenko Kutama bidozanga tori kumele yankoko Mwakanda wane pole zanga nala jena Nene mwale zanga nala kupapeta Nene nali loka zanga wane zanga jena Everyone they want it to make them young. Baby, Team Uganda,
yalileta katoto ikotoya kumba kumutima wakuweka kukulagana njagala gomnatya Sound it! Nagagoa waliramba abatebamanyi nabikwatako njagala gomnakyalo monasaro nambuze Sound it! Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Solo will be back. Solo will be back, but let me call James from Rahu. Thank you so much, Solo, for getting our energy up. We are just finalizing. James.
You still have the energy? I show you. Welcome back from that powered celebration of the Billies. You have the power? You still have the power? You got the voice? Yes. Billy now? Kati. Billy now? Billy now? You don't know. How are you? How is it so far? Amazing. Those are English words. Chiri chitya kati. Uganda tugamba chiri o. Okay. Chiri chitya. Chiri chitya. Okay. I want to thank you for really taking the time to have yourselves present here in body, in soul, and in spirit. You know, I have taken time off. Yesterday I was here fully, today I was distracted a bit, but the energy here can't allow you not to be here. Even when you think you're absent, there is enough energy in this room. How I was telling Humphrey, man, we need to do this again. and for us as reach a hand. Yesterday when the guys from Parliamentary Forum came through, they said, but James, you said there is a meeting here. I said, yes, there is a meeting. He said, but the energy, the dance doesn't look like there is a meeting. I asked, what do you go to get in a meeting? And then we began the discussion. I said, so all those things are here. That's how we ended up giving them the flip chart to also participate actively. Otherwise, when I went through the program again this evening to say, are these things really happening? And I realized all the boxes had been ticked and the energy is still as high. I mean, you guys, this is a whole new way of doing things with young people. And we are happy to be experimenting it with you. Guys who have come from different countries, it can happen, right? We're not good at it, but we have tried it. You can keep the energy and still keep this guy who was preaching to us yesterday and making us vision like we're in a church. Eh? Oh, you know, yeah, that was powerful, man. if you don't have a church, you can start one. Yeah, I drew a lot. I went back home. I worked on my vision for another hour at home. Yes, that is real. I looked at the pieces that I have not been putting in. I cannot say I based it only on Billy. Beyond Billy, I was like, okay, there are these steps that I wasn't looking at. The numbers. I went back to work the numbers because I really have a dream in the next 10 years of what I want to be. And I was happy that you brought it up for me to face it again. So it's real. Yeah, thank you very much. For everyone who has been here, there is something personal here. I've been talking to our cultural icons. I was with Martha, and we ended up talking things completely outside of this space. How can young people's talents be supported to grow? We had a lot of discussion on that yesterday. Martha was going out somewhere, and we ended up having a very in-depth discussion of whom you need as a young person in a music career to grow. How can you learn from these experiences? Our cultural icons are in the room, and they have a lot to share. I'm really delighted about it. I wouldn't want to take this time speaking a lot about what has happened, because a lot has happened. I'm requesting every one of you to internalize and take something that belongs to you, because you can't take everything, but you can take something that belongs to you. Thank you very much. Lynn, I want you to come and share the program for tomorrow. Lynn, the program for tomorrow before Humphrey can come to close. Yeah.
Hi guys. You guys look sad, and yet we're still going because we still have a whole day tomorrow and probably the night. So the program tomorrow is we're meeting all here, like all the bill is sleeping here. We're meeting here. You have to make sure you're done with everything you're doing by 8 because we have a car for you. We're going to do a school outreach. And then after the school outreach, we are doing a community outreach. So the school is in Entebbe, and it's a distance from here. So it's better you be prepared, because the bus is coming to pick you from here. The coaster is coming to pick you from here. Yeah, so be ready. By 9, we should be setting off. And then for the peer educators, we are meeting at office. Peer educators and staff members are meeting at office. And same time as well. Make sure you're there early so that by 9 we are setting off to Elite High School. And PPG team and DD team as well, we are meeting here. Yes. At 8, because we are setting off at 9. So yeah, that's the program. Be hyped, have energy, because we're going to be students in school. And then we're going to be in the community so that the billies from other countries, you get the feel of the work we do, but also like interact with other people who are in the community, get to interact with students in school. And you're going to lead on some peer learning sessions. So when we go to the school, we're going to have peer learning sessions in the morning so you can talk to the students. It's nice to get your experiences. You're from other countries as well. So be prepared to be able to do a power talk or an encouraging talk to the students since they're in high school.
We're going live. All right, it is day 2 of the BNN Youth Summit, and it's I don't know, I feel like we are just starting, but hey, we still have one day to go, and that's tomorrow. We're going to be at Elite High School, and if you have a cousin or a sibling or anyone at Elite High School, you should give them a call, tell them to be ready for us, because we're going to be in that area, in the hood tomorrow. But hey, we are training on our social media handles with hashtags, hashtag Billy Now Now, hashtag I am brave, and hashtag BNN.
Yeah, so
So I'm an icon.
Yeah.
Rahu, cultural icon.
Yeah.
Richer Hand Uganda.
Yes.
And I'm very proud to be a Billy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And to the gentleman.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, my name is Maxi.
Yeah.
I come from Nairobi, Kenya.
Wow.
Work around the region, helping or working with different organizations, governments and communities to support their strategy. So we happen to, one of our biggest clients or one of the most happiest of jobs that we do with the organization I run called Development Dynamics is supporting the design and rollout of the Billy Now Now movement in East Africa and now into Africa. So I'm really glad. They call me the man with the Rasta, but with the heart of a pastor.
Okay, Matthew Mukisa, how do you come up with this name, and what comes with this name? How comes with all this? How does Matthew Mukisa come up with all this? Becoming a musician, how did you discover all this? What was your journey history?
Matthew Mukisa is my real name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just when you see my ID, they will be a little bit, they will interchange. So it's Mukisa Martha Nakakande.
Okay.
So I just changed to Martha Mukisa.
Yes.
Mukisa means blessing.
Yes.
And my dad always told me, you're blessed. He always used to call me his little Makeba.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's how powerful.
Makeba meaning a blessing.
Makeba is one of she's
Miriam Makeba.
Phenomenal.
Yes.
Yeah, Miriam Makeba.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I started way back when I was a young girl.
Yeah.
I really loved music. Trust me, people keep on saying like, oh, I started music when I was grown up, but me, I can even say maybe even when I was in the bathing, they were bathing me. I was busy trying to dance and all that. So I started off music as a dancer in school. I remember I was given bursaries in schools just because of my talent. So growing up, I started going to bands, singing here and there, singing covers. Then I think in 2018. And wine in Uganda. So
for you who is out there, who is in a different country, Blankets Wine is one of the
Debatable, that's debatable.
You should come to Blankets in Uganda. Blankets and Wine
the
in
kind
Uganda.
of stories I hear that happen in Uganda, we better not speak them up in a mic.
Kenya and Uganda. No, we're not bringing this debate here. Yeah. So me performing on a very big stage like that. Somehow you think like, oh my God, things are already done for you. But then I went back in my small room and things. It's just the same normal matter. But thankful to God and listening to my prayers and me keeping on doing what I do. I got signed in 2020 to Black Magic Entertainment.
During the COVID period, wow.
During the COVID period. And I can tell you, because of a lot of lockdown,
everyone that has been here with us, and also our youngsters that came from far away, out of the country, from Ajumani, Kasese, Fort Portal, Mbarara, you're most welcome. And also those that came from different parts of the world, you're most welcome to Uganda. And I believe we have really enjoyed our 2 days being in this Wakanda place. I'd love to take this opportunity to thank Planned Parenthood Global for trusting Richer Hand as well, and also for the partnership that we've built together over these so many years. I can say that our capacity as an organization has grown because of the partnership that we have, the capacity building that you provided to Richer Hand Uganda. It is something that we really treasure and also appreciate, and I thank you for that. This is a big movement that we are building together. And for us, we are so proud to host the Billy Now Now Summit 2023 that brings us together in one room to co-create, to be strong advocates, to understand the kind of movement that we're driving. Our cultural icons that are here with us, our strong influencers, for them also to understand what are we pushing for as young people. To look at 1 billion young people, and Uganda being a country that has the youngest population in the whole world, for us it's a movement that we treasure, to have a movement of young people that are going to make informed choices in life. A movement of young people that is going to influence change in different directions and also in their society that they live in. Our journey as Reach a Hand started now 11 years ago. And when we started, we didn't start as a structured organization or company. We started as a movement that was created, that woke up one day and started going to schools to address issues around HIV and AIDS, reproductive health, and also to narrate where we are coming from as young people, and so that we can also empower our fellow young people. That's how it all started, as a movement. And that movement that started 11 years ago is an organization that we are having today, influencing over millions of young people in different directions. The work we do in digital media, it influences millions of young people. Our TV shows like Chadala, it's on Showmax. You can always go on Showmax, you see Chadala season 1 and season 2. It has influenced millions of young people. Our film that we just premiered recently called When We Become Me is a film that is promoting disability inclusion in different spaces. But the kind of impact that it has created in different workspaces in Uganda, unbelievable. That's the movement that we're talking about. Movements are not built up by money. Movements are built up by the belief that we have, the values that we have, and that's the Build Now Now movement that we are having today. When you look into, this room, and thanks Maxi for the challenge to create our Kanda kind of space. There's no PP Global, there's no Reach a Hand, there's no Development Dynamics, there's no anyone. There is us, the individuals, that are championing the movement that we're having. So as you're going back to your country, to your community, be the change that can start. How was that change 11 years ago? And that change has drove us to this moment. And that change, many of people believed in that kind of mission. And that's why we're having the movement that we are building today. A few people have attended this summit, but very many people have attended this summit through us, because we are the representatives of the values, the mission of Building Now Now movement that we're driving. So let's be champions. Let's get on those social media handles and make this hashtag trend. Let our voices be heard. And that voice starts within your family, at home, to your community, to your school, to your workspace, to anywhere. And that's the movement that we're having. It's a very nice school at Elite High School, and some of our approaches can also be taken in different spaces. But also I encourage you to follow us on Reach a Hand, our social media handles. Follow the Sauti Plus Media Hub social media handles. We have our TV, Sauti Plus TV. We are also going to be showing what has happened here. Follow Agenda 2063, and our voices have to be heard. I am brave. You're welcome to attend our Girl Festival that will happen in September. So if you're nearby, Kenya, Senegal, we can arrange. And you come, as long as you can transport yourself. Then here we shall look after you. So follow them. Let's trend. Let's have our voices be heard. Our voices shouldn't stop on social media, but be that change in that community. I'd love to thank the CSOs that are here with us. Thank you for being here with us. Our cultural icon for those men you see there, they make a lot of money. There are musicians that we have in this country. I've seen also Sandra is here. And to keep them for 2 days, it is not easy. But also for them to embrace and say, you know what, let's be in this space, co-create with the young people in this room. It is something amazing. Have you guys heard about Miss Uganda, the most beautiful queen in Africa and the whole world? Yeah? Mama B, please stand up. Brenda there, she's now the mama, but she's the proprietor of Miss Uganda. Miss Uganda, we shall be having her tomorrow. She's one of the Billy Now champion that we have in this country, and also championing the cause. And so that's the space that we're in. But so much to talk about. We have a social evening again. We have a party bus tomorrow. We can continue our discussions from there. I would love to take this opportunity to welcome and also to first thank. Can we first clap for Acheng, please? Thank you. You know, yesterday when I was talking, I was a bit intoxicated a little bit. But now that I'm sober, you might have not believed what I said yesterday. But allow me to say it once again. We thank you for your leadership. Your leadership as well has contributed a lot to Reach a Hand Uganda as well through the capacity building with the team at PP Global. We also thank you for making time to be here with us in these 2 days and coming to Uganda where you belong. She doesn't belong to Kenya, or she's a Acheng. And we at Reach a Hand, we appreciate you, and we shall always appreciate you. Thank you so much. And I'd love to take this opportunity to welcome you to give us your closing remarks. Thank you. Oh, please, let's wonderful. Abako, 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 Karavanda, Karavanda, Acheng, Achenge, Uganda. Nice. It is copyrighted, my sister. If I find it in Sudan, I will pay. Thank you.
And you implemented it in 1 month. Okay, that's partnership, that's capacity to deliver. And we're so proud that we are partners, okay, and thank you so much. Also want to thank you for bringing along your partners, you know, so that they can also be part of this movement. The cultural icons, thank you very much. Really appreciate your being around. You are the influencers to the young people, we know that. So we really appreciate you making the time. We know it's about Acheng. We don't have that, but the Acheng comes in other ways, and we appreciate what you bring to this movement. Also want to thank the civil society actors that are present. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot to learn, and we need to learn how to engage with young people so that we are achieving the goals, everything that Humphrey said. I'm not going to repeat anything. He was brilliant as usual. I also want to thank the Development Dynamics very much. You brought it. You brought it here. Thank you so much. Thank you. I also want to thank PP Global, our staff, the colleagues.
Had 25-year career.
Yes.
You know, so I've worked and I was, you know.
Talk about the East Africa component, but the Africa component, okay? So let's stay true to our commitments. Let's do our research, our homework. It's work, okay? All good things require rolling up your sleeves and getting down to it. So you heard Humphrey, 11 years ago. It was a movement, not structured, but look at Rahu today. Okay, Rahu is known all over the world, okay? We want the same thing for the BNN. So we've got a role model here. We've got several role models, but Rahu is here, so if we need support, help, let's lean on them. Kisomnu? 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 Kenyan, Kisomnu? Kisomnu, Uganda? Hey. What is happening here? Kisomnu, Burkina?
I not feel guilty. I don't view myself any less. I don't feel like, but I'll also be able to hang out with young people and have,
and
you know, and have a lot of fun
Yeah.
and feel very free. And I want to, my son is 11, my daughter is 6. I want to be able to be, my idea and dream is not to be a cool dad.
Yeah.
My idea and dream is to be a dad you can look up to.
Yeah.
And some of the kids in their schools think is very cool.
Yeah.
They think this is just our dad.
Oh yeah.
You know, and that's what I want. I want them to just know they have a loving father.
Yeah.
And for me to also be useful in what I do and also work with young people and bridge the gap. Right now we were being asked about our commitments. I said my commitment is to pass on the baton.
Yeah.
That is what I'm here for.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Mother.
Yeah.
Talking about, you being an icon, a culture icon, a Treasure Hunt, and all this, how best do you think you can approach, in case you are to find a Martha Mukisa of 16-year-old, a 16-year-old Martha Mukisa, how would you guide them? What would you tell them? How would you encourage them? Because I'm sure you've gone through quite a number of, issues in life, and you can now solve them yourself.
Yeah.
How can you advise them to be better people, to be better Martha Mukisa? Or even bigger than Martha Mukisa. Yeah.
First of all, I think I would say I would really want to see the coming generation speak out. Yeah. Speak out. If there is something wrong, speak out. Don't be quiet about it. And then also not to be sorry. You know, don't be sorry if sorry about something you feel you've done it from the heart.
That's real.
That sometimes I dress up the way I want. And when I post on social media, people are like, what kind of celebrity are you? You know? But I'm the kind of celebrity that is in Uganda who is being herself. I'm not sorry because maybe I cannot afford a Range Rover, and I'm driving my small Subaru. So I'm not sorry for being a celebrity who's driving a Subaru, but I would want to reach there, and the time I reach there, I'll be comfortable to drive my Range Rover because I can afford it. You know, so do not be sorry and do not be scared, and don't keep up. Do not keep up. You know. Usually people say fake it until you make it.
True.
But how do you fake it? You know, I usually say like me if I have my jeans and then I do not have like patches, but then I'm going for this other cool party, I would cut my jeans, let them make a patch, then put on your nice t-shirt and put on your nice sleek what. You know what, you're going to feel so cool. But do not fake it by going out there, rent clothes, you cannot even pay for them, you know. So there are ways you can really fake it, you know, but you're not going out of, you know, and then you reach your goal. Then I think the other thing I should say is what?
Resilience. What is that?
There's something I wanted to put out there, but I think it is God.
Okay.
It is God.
Okay, it is God.
It is God.
Okay, God.
Pray about everything, you know, put them in front of Him. Tell Him God. And it's not all about like all the time like, oh my God, I'm going to kneel down. Maybe when I'm going for a talk show, I'll be like, God, He's always going to speak for me.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your understanding. With all your faith,
Yeah.
acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your path.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Maxi, if you are to find a 16-year-old Maxi, you have kids. You said your son is 11 and your daughter is 6. What kind of advice do you give them? Because it's the kind of advice we as younger people need. You know, what kind of advice can you give a young person out there?
Find yourself.
Yeah.
Pace yourself.
Yeah.
Love yourself.
Find yourself. Peace yourself.
Pace
yourself.
Yeah.
And love yourself.
Yeah.
All right.
And I don't need to expound. It's really find yourself.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a lifelong pursuit. I'm finding myself.
Exactly.
Pace yourself.
Yes.
Don't rush. We are, and I love what you've given, because some artists and young people, a lot of Gen Z are getting into like a craze where I want to appear fit. I want to, keep up with Instagram and get into.
Bounce. Bounce. Talk with you. I don't want to ask you about it. Tell me up. Wanna walk with you. Talk with you, yeah. I don't want to ask you about me, yeah. I want your romance. I want your romance, yeah. I want your romance, yeah. Your romance, yeah. I want your romance. I want your romance, yeah. Listen. You're not blowing on the head like you don't know. You got me falling in love.
In me, I still love to spend time with me.
Would you recommend if someone is having a problem with loving themselves and first date themselves?
and you see, that's why I combine it with find yourself.
Yeah.
At times we are rushing to love others while we have not found others. We have not found ourselves. We've not paced ourselves.
Yeah.
We've not loved ourselves.
Yeah. So it's basically self-love first,
self-love.
and then the rest comes.
Yeah. So my son, my daughter. You asked if I could tell a 16-year-old. That's what I would tell them. But also my daughter, who is 6.
Yes.
Turning 6 tomorrow on Saturday.
Wow.
And my son.
And she's not gonna celebrate her birthday with you.
She's coming. She's coming. They're coming.
I can't wait to see them.
I was like, I'm not gonna miss my daughter's birthday, so they're gonna come and we're gonna have something little for her to do.
I want to be like you when I
grow up.
I'm not grown yet. I want to be.
Age is just a number.
When I grow up, I also want to be something
bigger.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Back to Martha. Martha, I'm sure the fact that you're a musician, you've traveled, into different countries.
Yeah.
What have you experienced in other countries that is not in Uganda or that is not in East Africa?
Yeah.
If you've been outside East African continent.
Yeah.
And you think we can introduce it in Uganda and make it better and have a better Uganda or a better East Africa? What could that be? It can be one thing. It can be about SR, or health. It can be about anything.
Yeah. I haven't really I feel, I really feel if Ugandans can really be more, or how can sympathetic, empathetic. Is it that?
Yes.
You know, in Uganda is where you find someone talking about someone's weight, you know, without even having like how are these people going to think about it? It's where you find someone talking about someone's child, you know.
True.
So I really feel we should copy what we're seeing other people doing, and we can put it here, and we shall grow.
Okay. Back to Maxi. Maxi, I'm sure you've traveled as well. You've been in Uganda, you've been in Kenya, you've been in quite a number of countries. What do you think we as East Africa at large we need to put into consideration, because we are looking at the bigger 2063, but how can you know, implement all these things? Yes, we can copy, yes, as well as the Bible says, you know, do not admire, but of course you can admire and make something more better, you know. How best do you think we can make East Africa better, and in what way?
So you're right by saying that the agenda 2063 is Africa's united agenda, and I'm glad that it was forecasted for 2023 or 2063, not just 2023. That means it's 40 years away. I think as Africans, if we all asked ourselves that question, where will I be in 2063? True. 40 years from now, I'll be 83. You'll be
I'll be 63.
And you'll be many years.
Many
years. We probably will be grandmothers or grandfathers, or at least parents with kids in school or not.
True.
You know, we could choose another path that does not involve having children, which is still very much okay. But whatever that will be, we won't be the same people that we are right now. We probably won't have the same strength that we have right now.
True.
As Africa, I feel like we have three opportunities. The first is for us to imagine ourselves in that future, and then to build our little corner of Africa for that future, for the future of the children, of ourselves, and of our, you know, of upcoming generations. We'll have finished Gen Zs right now, who are the in thing, and then Gen Alphas from 2012 to another year. We won't be the cool people. We won't be the cool kids. The cool kids will be Gen Delta or something. You know, we'll have moved on to so many others. So it's important as Africa, if we look at the future. Number two, it's important as Africa to unite a little bit more. I think one of the things that's doing us a disservice is because you have Uganda shillings and we have Kenya shillings. Then we go to Ethiopia. Do you know how much it is to transfer a Kenya shilling to an Ethiopian birr? Then we go to Rwanda, we find them with their Rwandese franc. All this currency just brings confusion. It makes us not be able to compete at a competitive level with the US. The US, all states have $1. Like they have one currency, dollar. Here we have so many currencies, they're competing with each other. If we had an African shilling or an African dollar, we'd be able as Africa to compete. And then number three, let's be kind to one another. Let's love each other. No need to fight over Migingo. It is ours.
True.
It is ours. True. It is
ours.
Kenya. It is for Kenya. Migingo is for Kenya. So no need to fight over it.
Migingo?
What's Migingo Island on Lake Victoria? All of Lake Victoria is Kenya's. So I'm just saying, no need for us to fight over. Okay. No need for us to fight over that. We let Kenya have Migingo Island. We are happy. We let anyway. The point there is, let's be kind to one another. I think it's important just to be as a nation. As a continent, we have such rich culture. If we are kind to each other and we expose each other to each other's culture, it will be, I think, will be all that a better place. But we are not badly off. We are still the richest, warmest, growing. And we are the richest, literally in terms of resource. We are the warmest in terms of human beings. So there's a lot of nice things going on that I hope we can, keep making work for us.
And maybe one last question: what do you like mostly about Uganda?
I think the women here are really nice.
No one.
Anyway, Uganda. is today we were just having competition up here for like songs and dance. Ugandans understand the assignment. When it comes like to party, it's
really?
No,
it's
really hard.
Is that where you have
oh
to
my
give
god,
us?
you really do. You really do.
Okay.
I love your English, even though you call clothes clothes. They're not clothes. They're not clothes. They're clothes.
But that sounds like your accent.
No, it's not our accent. It's the right English. Clothes. No, we don't say clothes. You can say I need to go change my clothes. What? What are clothes?
No, I've never had that from a Ugandan.
All of the Ugandans.
No, you are speaking to the wrong Ugandans.
No, but I love your English. I think Forbes actually.
That people from Beijing or maybe Angola trying to fall into saying they are Ugandans.
Perhaps,
But still in Uganda, we still do have cultures, and each culture has their own accent. But when you meet someone from the West, they'll have a different accent.
Where are you and where are you from?
I'm from the central.
From the central?
Uganda, yes.
Oh, which is like near Kampala or?
It's Kampala.
So you're born and bred in the town?
I'm a city born.
You are a city born, and so are you?
Yeah.
Buganda.
Okay, so that's why your accents we can.
Muganda.
Yeah. So do you have a Mugandan accent influence on your like? Or you're educated people, so those things they rubbed off.
Oh yeah, we do.
Yes.
We actually do, because we also have. A lot that we do in Uganda, so maybe you can copy this and take it back to Kenya.
I think it even comes with the education system. I think that also
you
comes
use
in.
English primarily as the means of education.
The fact that you are colonized by them.
Do you have another language you study in school, like?
We study Swahili,
French, Luganda, German.
Those are taught in school, like in the basic education curriculum.
No, only French, Swahili, and Luganda. I think and English.
That's good. That's really cool. Okay.
As we sum up, Matthew Mukisa, what can you tell young people that are watching right now, because we are youth and we need to empower our fellow youth? What one word in 1, 2, 3 words? What can you tell them to empower them? To raise their expectations and all that.
I think I should say you are brave. You are bold. You are fun. You are intelligent. And be intentional about everything you do. Be intentional.
Maxi, a word out to people that are watching, young people that are watching, just to inspire them, people that want to be like you, people that want to start up maybe an organization, but they don't know where to start from, how to, overcome all this. A word or two.
Imagine my 1 or 2 words are still the same. Find yourself, pace yourself, love yourself.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. We are still, we are still learning a lot. We still have 1 day to go. And, you can keep the conversation flowing on our social media platforms. Do not forget hashtags. And don't forget to tag Billy Now and Reach Behind Uganda, as well as PPG, Planned Parenthood Globe. Let's sign out for now, because, who is me to still stay here, yet fun is ongoing inside. Let's go back inside and see what they got for us for now. Peace.
Thank you.
Seesaw.
Oh, that was awesome. Now is a global movement. We can just first of all all come together, you know, as a global community of young people, 1 billion plus young people, to really call for their rights, to really call for the urgency of the needs that they need met now, to really call for the resources that need to be in the hands of young people.
I see Uganda as being one of the defining countries for the movement, because as you already know, this is a global movement that is locally led, globally connected, and you know, we've been doing this in Burkina Faso, we're in Senegal, we're in Benin, we're in Kenya, and now we're in Uganda. And what I've seen here today, I have no doubt that Uganda is going to be one of those defining countries for the East Africa region, and as well is going to show us how the global movement is going to shape up.
I am overwhelmed. It has been so amazing. It has been 2 days of training and telling us more about the BNN. And I could say I've left the room as a proud Billy.
I'm excited. I'm happy for how so far the journey has moved, so far the shaping of the whole roadmap of how this movement is going to run.
My final remarks, as well as a call to action, especially for young people, is believe in yourself. You are brave, you are bold, you are resilient, you are aspiring, you are engaging, and because you are all of those things,
I would say your time is not now, but your time is now.
Now is a global movement. We can just first of all come together, you know, as a global community of young people, 1 billion plus young people, to really call for their rights, to really call for the urgency of the needs that they need met now, to really call for the resources that need to be in the hands of young people.
I see Uganda as being one of the defining countries for the movement, because as you already know, this is a global movement that is locally led, globally connected, and you know, we've been doing this in Burkina Faso, we're in Senegal, we're in Benin, we're in Kenya, and that Uganda is going to be one of those defining country region, and as well is going to show us how the global movement is going to shape up.
And telling us more about the BNN, and I could say I've left the room as a proud Billy.
I'm excited. I'm happy for how so far the journey has moved, so far the shaping of the whole roadmap of how this movement is going to run.
My final remarks, as well as a call to action, especially for young people, is believe in yourself. You are brave, you are bold, you are resilient, you are aspiring, you are engaging, and because you are all of those things,
I would say your time is not now, but your time is now.
Global movements, we can just first of all come together, you know, as a global community of young people, 1 billion plus young people,
to really call for their rights, to really call for the for the urgency of the needs that they need met now, to really call for the resources that need to be in the hands of young people.
See Uganda as being one of the defining countries for the movement, because as you already know, this is a global movement that is locally led, globally connected, and you know, we've been doing this in Burkina Faso, we're in Senegal, we're in Benin, we're in Kenya, and now we're in Uganda. And what I've seen here today, I have no doubt that Uganda is going to be one of those defining countries for the East Africa region, and as well is going to show us how the global movement is going to shape up.
I am overwhelmed. It has been so amazing. It has been